Hi, hi, VOD's channel. Hello. Okay, cool. We're going. You may be confused as to why we're loading. That's because I wanted to show you all of the wonderful emotes I have. One of these is a follower emote. One of these things is not like the others, and that one is the follower emote. Boom. There you go. Adorable emotes. You can barely see them. You can see them better, bit better like that, but there we go. Cool. I forgot that I had them. Oh, nope. Wrong thing to move. Alright, cool. We'll have it like that. And this, oh. What are these, oh, we'll put those up there. Yeah. Ral has almost finished all of the subscriber emotes for now. We've got Hi, YouTube, Hype, and Chaos. So, yeah, I'm very excited about these. Maybe next time I won't be lagging so much, question mark. I might close Chrome because that might help reduce lag, honestly. Oh, right, I need to do notifications before I close Chrome. Let me do notifications before I close Chrome. Cool. There we go. Notifications done? Question mark. Twitter, you good? Well, Twitter is not good, but Twitter, can you send out my tweet? Cool. Ha ha ha. Elon Musk still missed something for naming Twitter. He's trying to rebrand Twitter. It's not working. Everyone still calls it Twitter, but he's changed tweets to posts. But when you send a tweet, it still says your tweet has been sent. So that's hilarious. Anyways, I can close Chrome now. Cool. Alrighty. I guess we can activate it, and I can say hi YouTube if it doesn't work out or whatever. I don't know. Kaveh, the pendulum of weal and woe. Interesting. Begin hangout. Cool. Alright. Walk around Sumeru City. Alright. Let me just get to a better place to say hi YouTube. Cool. We'll go down here. Ether, where's your sword? Where is your sword, Ether? Ether? There it is. His sword was gone. Okay, why? I did switch to that. I should probably switch it back to this, because it's not yet. It's not ready for that yet. Anyways, this still, it's low level, but it's fine, whatever. Can I go here? Yeah, we'll go here. We'll go down a little. Can we go in front of Catherine without starting that? Alright. Hello everybody, it's me, Amethyst Penguin, and welcome back to Genshin Impact Hangout events. It's been a while, huh? I haven't done a Hangout event in ages. Jeez. It has been, I mean, I would say it has been a while since the Hangout event came out, but then again, I'm doing Kaveh's, which came out last patch. So, last version. So, yeah, anyways, yeah, we're here doing Kaveh's Hangout event today. Pendulum of Weal and Woe. So, I'm excited to check it out. If you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like, subscribe for more, check out the links in the description, twitch.tv/AmethystPenguinLiveCatchesLive, Live, and let's hop right into it. I see Kaveh over here already. Hi, Kaveh.
I've taken a look at your proposal. It's much better than the ones you showed me before, but
there we go.
I'd still like to make some changes.
What do you mean some changes?
Come on, not again. Isn't this the 6th proposal I've shown you?
6th
What's your issue
proposal?
this time?
Jeez.
It's a bit hard to put into words, but the design still doesn't look quite right to me.
What does that even mean?
I have to say, that's a terribly vague and unconvincing explanation. Please enlighten me. What
At
would feel
least
more right
give
to you?
some constructive criticism, not just,
For starters,
it doesn't feel right to me.
don't you think this roof is jutting out a bit too far from the top? It looks almost like the head of a fungus.
Maybe that's what it's meant to
This
be.
door, too. I don't think it needs to be nearly this large.
Oh my
If you
gosh.
could reduce it to around my height, you could use the leftover materials to construct a few more rooms.
But maybe that's not what it wants.
The roof and the door are the most fundamental parts of a building. If we were to change them, then what would be left of the design?
Exactly.
Even if the soul of the building won't be lost, all traces of architectural style
Exactly.
would be gone.
I'm on your side,
Anyone with the
Kaveh.
slightest inkling of architectural knowledge would know to leave them alone.
Oh, I understand the principles of what you are saying,
I
of course,
understand
but
the
the
principles.
truth remains that I'm still a bit unhappy with the design as is.
Oh my gosh, screw you.
Is there anything else that
Screw
you can do?
you.
Oh,
No.
actually, I just got an idea. Can we get rid of all the extraneous sections on the roof? So the whole design will just be one vertical structure, similar to that of a tree trunk.
That's boring.
What?
What?
Don't architects often say that symmetry makes everything more balanced and pleasing to the eye?
It depends.
This way, the proportions will
It
be
very
completely
much depends.
balanced.
I
my
really
gosh.
don't know how you managed to come up with such a ridiculous idea.
Oh.
Don't tell me. Someone hired you specifically to commission me and put me through the ringer? Come to think of it, though, I really don't think I've gotten on anyone's bad side recently. Anyway,
Huh.
that's it. I will not be working on this commission anymore. Goodbye. Maybe you can find yourself some other genius who'll be able to satisfy your demands.
Yeah, you show him, Kaveh.
Hey, young man!
Oh.
Please,
All of his hearts are
wait.
down. Okay.
Oh.
I haven't even done anything, and his hearts are 0. Kaveh looks like he's in a bad mood. I should go check up on him. You think, Traveler? You think he's in a bad mood? Oh. You think? Okay, yeah, sure. What am I going? Main characters are always like, I think this, I think that, when it's clear that it's not a think, it's a no. Oh, Kaveh. You good there, bro? Hello?
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
Are you alright?
Oh, hey, I wasn't expecting to run into you here.
I mean, that's fair.
Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health.
Don't listen to Kaya. I saw you arguing with someone just now. I followed you here.
So you saw all that, did you? Ugh, I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around.
It's
Anyway,
fine.
thanks for looking out for me. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal.
People
I'm
thinking they
used
know
to it
better
by
than
now.
you.
Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss,
Yeah,
I'll have a glass of wine. Same as last time.
same as last
Do you want
time.
something too? I'll put it on my tab.
I'll have a glass of juice.
Wine in a glass of juice, coming right up.
Cool, thank you. Kaveh chugs down his entire glass of wine.
I know you're
Jeez.
already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd really appreciate it. Arguing with
Okay.
a client is not a good look for me. If word
I
gets
can do
out,
that.
other potential clients might be afraid to work with me. That guy, though, what was he even going on about?
What do
All
you
those
mean, make it look like a
ridiculous
tree
demands of
trunk?
his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all.
Yeah, Kaveh seems a lot more honest after he's had some wine.
Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today until someone has to carry me out.
You got
Someone
it,
is
sir.
probably gonna be me.
I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about
That's
construction
hilarious.
requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences.
That's
Perhaps
fair.
getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them have been approved at the first pass.
Ouch.
I would spend a lot of time altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied, all my passion and enthusiasm would be gone.
Yeah.
It feels like I'm straying further and further from my artistic vision with every change I have to make. I suppose, though,
yeah.
that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding other people's feedback would also not be a good thing.
Yeah.
All of this
I mean,
makes for a real
there's got to be a limit to
paradox,
both.
one that particularly crops up in my work, too.
You gotta have
In
like
the
a
end,
balance
what
of
is
what
the
they
true
want
meaning of
and what
art?
you
Should I
think
see
is
it as
best.
a divine gift of inspiration from the gods? Or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Huh.
Here's your drink. How are you already spouting nonsense after just one glass? Your tolerance is usually much better than that.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of
What
art?
do you think the meaning of art is?
Really, my friend, who in Sumeru understands art better than you?
Nahida says you understand
Anyway, I don't
wisdom
know
the
about
best
art,
too.
But I do know that I'm interested in business, and some patrons are waiting to be served. So
I guess I'm gonna have to
excuse
answer his
me for
question.
now.
Okay then.
Just holler if you need
I
anything.
mean, I can do that. I can answer his
What
question.
do you think, traveler?
I think you're drunk. Okay, that's obvious though. I honestly have no idea. Art is something that resonates with the masses, something that embodies the creator's efforts and dedication. I'm gonna go with that one.
Exactly. So our thoughts on the meaning of art are rather similar.
Yes.
In Sumeru, and especially Sumeru of the past, the
Of the
arts are
past?
not
Oh,
a popular
right, yeah.
discussion topic.
Right.
Trying to talk about
In the
the
past,
arts
when
is
the
basically
sages-
the key to killing any conversation.
When the sages were
It's
in charge.
too bad that
Yeah.
I'm not in my best form today. Otherwise, we could have talked about this for a little longer.
You need me to drag you home? Kaveh still looks dejected, and even the wine didn't help his mood. How can I cheer him up? Maybe I should play it safe and just make a simple suggestion. I'll help you convince the client to come to your side. Let's do something else and clear your mind. Okay, here's the split. Alright, here's the first split of where we go on different paths. I'll help you convince the client to come to your side. We'll go with that.
Thanks for offering, but you've seen how he is. He's not going to listen to anything I say.
I have
He
quite
understands
the
nothing
charisma.
about my design, and all the suggestions he made were as if he just wanted to mock me.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to be difficult. If you can convince even him to see your point of view...
You mean, if I managed to get him to see things my way, then this project would also gain recognition from many people? You've got a point. Let's hear him out one more time, then. Time
I
to
think
get
they're
going.
doing the...
I know where we'd be able to find the guy.
I think they're doing the,
There's
like,
no time to waste. The wine can wait until another time. I'll go take care of the bill.
AI, what's it called? The AI, like, lip syncing? Because that seemed pretty that lip syncing was pretty good. I'd say they did what the same thing they did for Honkai, where they used AI to sync it up, which I think is really neat. It means I don't have to get used to seeing the text, the mouths moving completely separately. And Port Ormos, okay, fine, I'll go all the way to Port Ormos. But it means I don't have to get used to the lip syncing being completely off from the thing, the dialogue. Because apparently that's what they did in Honkai. I saw something on Twitter about, like, Hoyoverse voice actors needing something different or whatever. Or something about AI. And my first thought was, like, AI lip syncing, and I'm like, how is that a bad thing? I don't know. We'll have to see. Or, well, I guess I won't see.
Kaveh, What are you doing here?
I'm here to persuade you.
I've changed my mind. I was overreacting earlier. Can we try discussing the project some more?
Cool.
My apologies as well. Now that I think about it, some of my requests were indeed a bit unreasonable.
Whoa.
If
Let's
I
go.
choose you to create the design for my project, I should have a bit more faith in your vision.
Great. We already have progress.
Thank you for understanding. Mutual trust is the basis for good communication. Now that we've got
Great.
that out of the way, I think
This
we
is
can have a
already
more
going better
productive
than last time.
conversation. To be perfectly honest, your commission request has been the most peculiar one I've ever received.
What is it?
Even now, I still know nothing about the building's intended purpose. All I know is that you want to build something in the desert for public use.
Huh.
I am aware that overly specific requests will restrain the architect's artistic freedom. However, knowing nothing about the intended purpose of the building also means I have no idea if I'm on the right track.
That's
I've
true.
produced several draft proposals for you to choose from, and you've rejected every single one. If we don't get on the same page, it could be a decade before we can finally break ground on this project.
Yeah.
Yes, I've given this some thought already. I think we can go with the general direction of the latest proposal that you just showed me. It's just...
It's just...
Just what?
Just what?
Putting the building design aside, can we get some less expensive materials for the floor
Oh,
tiles?
right, because he always goes
Yeah, I
in
know
debt
someone in the
because
business,
he
and
likes extra
the red bricks he sells can go for pretty cheap. The timber here as well. We should be able to find some substitutes.
Please give me a moment. My head's starting to hurt again. Just please hold on for a second.
Alright.
So, let me get this straight. You want to reduce the cost of the project, right? But if we implement your suggestions, then I'm afraid we have to scrap the entire design.
Why is that?
Architectural design cannot be neatly split into discrete parts. Any change to one part of the design will affect the quality of the whole thing. I decided to utilize high-end timber for this section because the weight-bearing structure requires the supporting materials to be durable and strong.
True.
Same with the tiles. Switch them out and the entire mural will have to be redesigned. More importantly, if we make such a change, both its practical functionality and aesthetic value will take a great hit.
Exactly.
If all you need is a building with
More
a roof
quality.
that can keep people dry in the rain, you shouldn't have commissioned me. Many architects would be able to build you one of those while charging far less in commission fees.
Actually, please tell me. Are you absolutely sure that there's no room for any changes in this draft of the design?
I think the most important thing for me is to understand what you would actually like to get. If you could tell me more about your vision, I might be able to work with the design some more. You are the client, after all. You should have the final say on how the project turns out.
Yeah.
I want to build something unique. Something quiet and warm inside. A refuge that can block out the world outside.
Oh.
I want all who enter this building to be able to temporarily forget everything that's going on outside of the building and just focus on their task at hand.
Okay, well in that case, that makes...
That's a bit more information than last time, but it's still extremely vague. To put it another way, every rich person who wants to build a mansion for themselves would request something like this. We've gone through many proposals, and this draft is already the cheapest one. Cutting costs by substituting building materials will not only detract from the overall effect of the building, it also won't save you much more in the grand scheme of things.
True.
Thank you for giving it so much thought. Please, give me some more time to mull over the budget.
Alright.
I'll get back to you once I've figured out a solution.
Cool.
I still have a few business meetings that I must attend, so I'm afraid I'll have to leave for now. You can just leave the proposal as is. I'll get in touch once I've given it some more thought.
Cool. Well, we've settled that for now. That went well. Why do I feel like he's hiding something?
I also have a similar feeling.
Should we follow him and see if anything unusual comes up?
Is that really okay? I mean, what he does now is none of our business. He does seem really suspicious, though. He dresses like a rich person, but when you talk to him, he hardly sounds the part.
He sounds super frugal, too.
That's actually pretty common. Not all rich people are spendthrifts. Many are just, as if not more, stingy than him.
That's how they became
The more mora
rich.
some people have, the more they love interfering with people's lives.
Oh,
Constantly
right.
reminding you to pay back your debts, or hinting every other day that it's time for you to pay rent. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not even sure this person really wants to work on this project with me. Putting his vague requests aside, he's still finding excuses to procrastinate even when we've decided on a plan.
Huh.
Who knows how long construction will take if he keeps delaying things like this? We should find him again and get some clearer answers. The sooner we can break ground on this, the better.
I agree. They went this direction. Follow the client. We're gonna need to do a sneak mission.
Where did he go?
Search for
I
the
could have
client in the
sworn he
nearby
went
area.
this way. Let's keep looking.
Oh. So you search the area with Kaveh, but find no trace of Badawi. Huh?
Oh, hey, look! Isn't that Badawi? It sure looks like him, but he's dressed completely different now. What is he up to?
Didn't I tell you before? I'm not looking for more workers. Plus, aren't you a bit old for physical labor? If something happens to you, I won't be able to pay for it.
Huh.
Oh, you won't have to worry
Badawi.
about that. I grew up as an Aramite mercenary and worked in the desert my entire life. My body's still in great shape. I don't have many talents, but I still have my muscle. If you need someone to unload goods or drive away sumpter beasts, I'm your man.
Is he just a con artist?
You used to be an Aramite mercenary?
I know there are a lot of bad apples in our ranks, but most are just trying to make a living. We're not that greedy by nature, and
think you're
we'll
greedy.
do our
I think you are
best
greedy.
when given a job.
I don't trust you.
Let me think.
You...
I'm sorry, but I still can't take you in. I don't have any open positions right now, and don't have the mora for anything more. How about this? Why don't you try your luck somewhere else?
Okay.
How about this? You leave
He
me
used to be a member of
alone.
the Aramites? Huh. From the way he was dressed, I would have thought he was a merchant from the rainforest. Let's ask him about it.
Ask the client about their strange behavior. Badawi.
We meet again.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
That's what we wanted to ask you. Who are you? Why did you dress up like a merchant to talk to me about our project?
Just who are you? What are you trying to do?
There's no need for us to continue this project if you still want to keep hiding things from us. I don't work with individuals I can't trust.
Yeah.
Believe me, I didn't have any bad intentions.
You didn't?
It's just... All right, there's no point hiding anything anymore. The building I'm trying to commission you for is not really a personal residence for me, but rather a library for children living in the desert.
Well, why did you have to hide that?
A library? Funded entirely by yourself? Shouldn't this be the responsibility of the academia? I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert with the allocation of educational resources and materials. It sent over a large shipment of regular goods just last month.
Yeah.
You're right, and I was aware of these happenings as well. I just figured what I want to do is a separate effort from what's already being done by the academia.
Okay.
The desert is too vast. Even if the academia spends a lot of effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those parts, it might still take decades, if not centuries, to reduce the educational gap that already exists between the two regions.
True.
And what's more, I don't know if the academia would ever reverse its stance in the future. All I know is that as a desert dweller, We should not wait passively for good things to happen to us. If we only did that, we'd never be able to stand up and hold our heads high.
I understand
I don't
that.
have much longer left on this world, so I just want to use whatever time I have to contribute something to my homeland.
Why didn't you just tell us that from the start? Why did you feel like you needed to lie?
I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert. I've lived in the desert my entire life, and there wasn't anyone here that I could trust. I figured I needed as much safety as I could get.
To the point that you even disguised your identity? That's certainly taking playing it safe to the next level.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you've also been scammed before.
When I first came to
Rip.
Sumeru City, I brought a lot
Rip.
of Mora, hoping to find an architect that I could work with. Someone agreed to take on the project, and even took a sum of Mora from me, but then disappeared without a trace.
Yep, that's
After
a
that,
scammer.
I heard that there are a lot of untrustworthy people in this business. Some would run as soon as they've been paid,
This is
while
why you don't
others would
pay till
deliberately
the
use
end, at least not
expensive
in full.
materials and take a cut of the construction funding. I spent a while collecting information in the city, and eventually learned that you're the most famous architect in all of Sumeru. I figured that you wouldn't
Hello,
need to make
chess
more
player
by scamming
fanboy.
people.
Welcome in. Welcome
So I
in.
decided to reach out to you.
I'll be honest, I have no clue. Well, like, okay, I didn't miss it by much, if at all. But hi, welcome in. Hello. First time chatter. Hello. Apparently Lenny's teaser just came out, so I'm sorry, I have to quickly watch it. I need to open Firefox. Not Ire. Not Ryer. Hold on. There we go. Open that up. Because Lenny's demo came out. I have to watch it. Okay, I have to watch it. A fanboy who plays chess. That... Well, I could have guessed as much. How are you? Welcome in. I've already said welcome in. I don't know what I'm saying. Lenny. I can just look up Lenny. It doesn't really matter. I can just... Yes! Oh, no, that's reaction. Okay. Genshin Impact. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Cool. Let me go... Where is it? Not there. Where is it? Is it here? Did I... Yeah, I did do it here. Okay. Hopefully audio is good. I don't know how to feel because Genshin acting weird. That's understandable. Alright. I haven't gotten my last Rosaria in 50 polls, but instead I have won 50-50 on Kokomi and Wanderer when I just wanted a 4-star and to build pity for Yelan. Oof. My luck has always been absolute garbage in Genshin. Well, not always. The very first banner I pulled on, it was great luck, because I got C1 Ito, but still. Anyways, character teaser. Lenny, Gloves of Wonder. Is that what it is? Lenny, Gloves of Wonder, yeah. Oh, I should... Pause? No? Pause?
People yearn to transcend the mundane
Pause.
world. That which is...
There we go. Alright. Cool. No. Hello? There we go. And... I guess I should go here just so that I can move this. Move it to the side a bit. That should be good. Cool. Alright. Cool. Very fruity, so I don't mind getting the emo guy fair. Yeah. Same. I have Kokomi and Wanderer, so I have no reason to pull on the character banners here. But I did try for both of their weapons, but I can't keep pulling. Anyways, I guess here's another hi YouTube. Hello everybody, it's me, Amethyst Penguin, and welcome to Linny's character teaser. Linny, Gloves of Wonder. You can't see it on the video, but because my monitor is very weird. But yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you dislike, check out links in the description, and let's hop right into it. I haven't seen this yet.
Yearn to transcend the mundane
I moved
world.
this so that
which is mysterious
okay.
captivates us all.
I'm hoping you guys can see that.
So, did you have a good look?
Yep. The hat's definitely empty.
A bit laggy because I have Genshin open in the background. Oh. Hold on. What is the quality? Yeah, we'll go with that, and hopefully it'll be fine. Okay. Okay, let's try this. Hopefully it's good.
The hat's definitely empty.
Oh. Whoa.
Whoa! Amazing! How did you do that?
In the space of a short
Ooh.
performance, a
Ooh.
magician must shatter the barrier between reality and fantasy, giving the audience a glimpse of the extraordinary.
Ooh, nice. I like him. He's really cool.
Oi, this
Oh.
isn't what I ordered. I clearly asked for a cider.
Hey, you asked for a glass of our finest wine. Maybe you've had enough.
Oh, yeah, right. You think I don't know what I ordered?
You'd be surprised.
There. How about you take another look at your drink?
He really is a great
That's the
magician.
stuff. The sweet
He's
smell
good.
of apples. What the? I swear I was just holding it.
You would think that was just because you're drunk that you
In the
saw
eyes
that.
of most people, magic tricks are like miracles.
For real. They're so cool. Oh.
But as magicians, we prefer to think
Oh.
that
The
great
moon in the palm of your
miracles
hand.
are like magic tricks.
Huh. Interesting. Oh. That's it? Well, I'm not sure what I expected, but... well, that was enjoyable. Cool. Well, that's it for today's video. That was very quick, but I very much enjoyed that. Cool. Alright, well, I will, if you enjoyed that video, please do leave a like, subscribe for more, check out the links in the description, twitch.tv/AmethystPenguin live to catch these live, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye! I always wave, but I have no reason to wave. Cool. Back to Genshin. Cool. I'll need to, like, get that out tonight or something. 33 minutes in the recording? Cool. I'll mark that down so I remember. Linny is a femboy and you can't tell me otherwise. You can't tell me otherwise either. 33 minutes is about where it ended, so... Cool. Write that down. Cool. And back to the main event of this stream. Cool. Badawi. Spend a while, cool, yeah.
By the way, how did you know I was scammed?
I
I don't think I've
don't
ever
know.
mentioned that to anybody.
Kaveh's... I
Just
don't
a
know.
hunch. A while
He knows
ago,
what it's
I
like to be
accepted an
scammed.
offer to work on a project in the desert,
So,
and was
yeah.
also scammed out of a large sum of mora.
Mm.
I ran into someone who was living in a pretty run-down house. I noticed a load-bearing wall on the verge of collapse.
Oh.
And suggested that I build a new house for him. He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own mora,
Oh,
and told him to
gosh.
get some stone and timber from the local vendors. Soon after that, I found out that he had gone gambling with all the money and lost
Bro,
everything.
gambling
Down
with
to the
money a
last
stranger
coin.
gives you?
And after that, he even
Bro.
borrowed mora from me twice more, using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any
Oh my
wrongdoing until he
gosh.
hired a group of mercenaries and tried to ambush me in his own house.
What?
According to him, I looked like an easy target because I was an academia scholar
Oh
who
my
didn't have
gosh.
any family or friends in the desert. What kind of person would just look at someone else and think, this guy looks like an easy target?
I want to watch your streams, but it's always spoilers. I can't watch spoilers.
Don't worry, soon I will be able to stream some other things. If you want to watch me stream Genshin, I don't think you'll ever catch a time when it's not spoilers.
I'll just have to do Kaya's hangout before you.
Then you better do it tonight or tomorrow.
Oh no! It's okay. Right now I'm watching Lara play with her streamer because she's a mom.
Was that screaming I just heard through your headphones?
Yeah. This Among Us lobby is low-key giving me a headache.
I just watched Lenny's teaser.
Oh yeah?
It's cool. Just Play Femboy, thank you for the follow. I just hear the screaming from the headphones. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'm so excited for Lenny. Amogus.
I hope you get him if you're pulling.
I will be pulling. I just don't have many primos. I've spent so many. I've spent what 40 pulls on the weapon banner. This weapon banner. I hope I can get more. Anyways, cool. What sort of easy? This guy looks like an easy
Those kinds
target.
of things do happen every once in a while. Yes. Folks
Yeah.
like him are the exact reason why us desert dwellers' reputation have gone down the drain.
Yeah.
I must apologize to you on their behalf.
It's all right. You were also scammed by someone from Kasharwar after all. I should apologize to you on their behalf.
Did he mention that it was from
neither of our
Kasharwar?
experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest.
Oh,
People
well, maybe.
who are
I
new
don't
to
know.
an area are always easy
Kasharwar's by
targets for
construction, so
criminals.
whatever. I don't know. Bad people are everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find both good and bad people everywhere. I can't
Yep.
understand the logic of those who like to take advantage of others. They have to
Yeah.
accept their existence as a fact of life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway,
You
I
have to
digress.
acknowledge that
Let's
there are
return to the
bad
topic
people
at hand.
everywhere.
Did
Yeah.
you keep rejecting my designs because you thought I was deliberately using expensive materials to take a cut as a middleman?
That's what I was afraid of initially. Yes. I eventually understood that you weren't out to cheat me. But unfortunately, I still don't have nearly enough Mora to pay for the design you
That's why
proposed.
he walked away.
I've done the math and know that we should be able to make it if we cut some corners. However, after our conversations, I can see that you're passionate about your design, and I'm quite fond of the proposal as well.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
I decided to try and see if I can afford your proposal as is. I've been looking for work every day, and in another month, I should be able to cobble together enough Mora to meet the
A
budget.
month is both a long time and not a long
By
time.
cobbled together, you mean you're going to spend your entire life savings on this project? But then, what will you do if something unexpected comes up? You
Yeah.
find yourself stuck with no emergency fund.
You need emergency
To
funds.
be honest, I haven't really thought about that. I mean, when you've lived to be my age and something happens, you can't really call it unexpected anymore.
Kind
All
of.
I want
don't
is
know.
to build this library before I leave this world, so that the
Sad.
children of the future would have some books to read, and the desert dwellers would be able to learn their letters and pick up some practical knowledge.
You seem really passionate about this project.
A while ago, I heard that the academia had decided to recruit a number of exceptional children from the desert.
Huh.
Of course, this is welcomed news.
Yeah.
But as someone who's spent their entire life in the desert, I still have a few concerns.
Yeah.
I know the
of
desert
course.
life and can predict what the problems will be. Many children from the desert have had neither the interest nor the proper environment to learn.
Yeah.
even
It's
if
so
the
far
academia
away
would take them
from
in,
the academia.
Once they enter
so
the halls, they might find themselves surrounded by other children who look and act very differently from them.
it's kind of like studying abroad.
And as a result,
really.
they might become socially isolated.
Yes, I can imagine
When
that.
you go to
My
study
father
abroad,
passed
it's
away at an early age. Even though I had a good number of friends during my years at the academia, for some time I still sensed many critical looks in my direction.
Ouch.
I'm sure a child coming all the way from the desert will have an even harder time.
Yeah.
But let's bring this
I could
back to
only
the building
imagine.
itself. I think you said that you want this building to be quiet and warm, with its doors serving as a solid barrier to block out the sound and fury outside, and allow one to focus on the book in their hands. Building it according to the current plan will be quite costly. Even if I don't charge you any commission fees, I don't think we'd be able to keep it under your budget.
Yeah.
Any ideas on what we can do?
Me? Can we try a slightly different style? Would any other merchants be willing to sponsor the project? I want to go with this one first.
Sponsor the project? You mean convince wealthy merchants to join our cause and pool their money together to build the library?
Yeah.
That does make sense. A library is a big project, and it's going to be hard to fund it with just a single person's Mora.
True.
What do you think? If we can find others to sponsor the project, we could potentially increase the size of the building 2- or 3-fold.
Nice.
It's all fine with me, but where do you think we'll be able to find these sponsors?
I have connections.
You're right. If I really think about it, I'm not too familiar with many big-name merchants.
Can we ask Dory?
Her? Hard pass. With her shrewd and greedy personality, she would never put Mora into something like this.
Maybe she can connect us with some of her contacts?
Now there's an idea. She probably won't say no if all she'll need to do is to make some introductions instead of spending Mora. Let's go and pay her a visit.
If needs be, I do have quite a bit of Mora. Though it has been a lot lower since I leveled up all of my characters to level 80. Palace of Alcazar's Array. And this is... yeah, Palace of Alcazar's Array, that's... This is what... This is what Kaveh spent a lot of money on, right? This was like his most ambitious project. I don't know why, but I keep mistaking it for the building at Party's DI. But I think it's this building. Yeah, this one. Palace of Alcazar's Array. He spent a lot of money on this project. Or so I've heard. That's a bunch of Patisaras. Patisars? Oh, glitter through ether. Hello, Dory. My friend.
Oh, now here are some unexpected guests. What brings you to the Palace of Alcazar's Array?
We need money.
When I saw Kaveh, I almost thought it must be that time of month again. Sadly for me, I must wait a few more days before I can collect my shiny Mora.
Hey, can't you think of something else for a change? You are literally living in an objet d'art, and yet your mind is still fixated on nothing but Mora? What is the point of wealth, anyway? Is your happiness entirely dependent on your hoard of cold, emotionless Mora?
Yes, actually. Yes, actually.
If you don't keep your mind on it, your Mora may just find its way to somebody else's pockets. If you ask me, this place is still way too empty. Just give me some time.
Oh my gosh.
I'll fill it to the brim with lots and lots of Mora.
I don't think you need more Mora, Dory.
You're hopeless.
Let's get back to why we're here.
Oh, so you have an actual reason to visit me? Alright, let's hear it.
We would like to ask for your help in introducing us to some merchants.
Merchants? Why? Is there some kind of business opportunity?
You described the library construction project to Dory.
Oh, I see. So you're just looking for someone to help you fit the bill.
I knew you wouldn't be interested in something like this. Still, you wouldn't refuse just making some introductions for us, would you?
Sure, I can connect you with some folks, but with every
Oh my
service
gosh.
comes a fee, you know.
A fee? You mean just for introductions?
Oh my gosh.
Of course! Making introductions means using my connections and putting my reputation on the line.
On the line?
Why wouldn't I charge a fee for something
Oh
so
my
important?
gosh.
Since we've known each other for so long, though, I'll give you a huge returning customer discount.
Oh, well,
About
I
500,000 more.
easily have that.
500,000? guess that's okay. But why are you charging a fee before we've even secured any funding?
I've got that money, and I can
seem
I can
right.
make that money in a day.
Besides, by helping us
Okay,
out,
maybe not
you'd
a
be
day,
doing a
but
great
still.
service to the public. Can't you take your mind off your Mora even for just 1 second and focus on something far more important?
Very well. Since you're so passionate about this project, I'll help you out and waive the introduction fees. 3 of my
Woo!
business partners came by earlier today to discuss some things with me, and they still haven't left yet. I'll arrange a meeting for you, and just so we're clear, it'll be up to you to present your project and discuss any deals.
Thank you. That's all we ask.
Thank you so much.
You can wait
Oh.
here. I'll bring them over to you.
I forgot that that sound was a thing that could be made. I don't know what I just said. Try to help Kaveh convince the merchants. Rhubarb. And whoever these guys
Dory
are.
gave us a brief introduction about the two of you. You are Kaveh, the renowned architect.
Yes.
And you are the traveler. Practically all of Teyvat has heard of
There's
you by
only
now.
3 regions I haven't
To
been to
be
yet, and it will be
frank,
2 very
I don't feel
soon.
like there's an obvious business opportunity here, but since Dory took the time to introduce you, we can spend some time to have a conversation. So, let's hear your idea.
Cool.
All right, here's the situation. I've been commissioned to build a library in the desert.
Yes.
The intended goal of allowing the desert dwellers to have more access to reading materials.
So it's a public welfare project.
Yes.
Then the commission fees will likely be very low. You should be careful.
I'm not too concerned about how much I'll get for the commission fees, actually. I'm fine with doing it for free. I just want to get this project rolling as soon as possible. We're just a little short on funding.
Yeah.
So what? You can't possibly expect that we just cover the shortfall for you. Besides, what does a library in the desert have to do with us? If you want to
Wow,
build it, build it
rude.
yourself with your own Mora. Seems simple enough to me.
Hey, there's no need to be so harsh. They are Dory's associates after all. Here, can you tell us a bit more about what we can gain from sponsoring this project?
You can get Kaveh's client to advertise their businesses in the desert. I'm not entirely sure how well that'll go over, because it is in the desert. Because we don't know how many people will see the advertisements. You can get naming rights to the library. I feel like they're more likely to like that.
So we'd mostly be doing it for reputation and exposure?
I'll pay you in exposure
There's
if you pay us
some
in
value
money.
to that. It could make doing business in the desert a bit easier.
Yes.
Well, just speaking for myself, I've got nothing in the desert.
I also have a concern. It feels like there's not much to profit from in the short term. But in the long term, the reputation gain also doesn't sound like it'd offset the cost of the sponsorship.
Then how about this? What if, instead of building a single library, we commit to an entire complex of buildings dedicated to culture and education?
Wouldn't that just cost more?
Why? Where?
Yes. But in that case... Mr. Kaveh, please tell us what you have
What do
in
you?
mind.
I'll just give an example. If we were to build a library and a school near Aru village, then the desert dwellers would gradually begin to migrate towards the area. A whole suite of buildings will be able to host more traffic, and thus drive the economic development of the entire area. In turn, that would lead to direct business opportunities. I've been to the desert several times. Although there are still many lingering tensions between the two regions, the amount of interaction has been steadily increasing, and in
And
the
we want
long
it to get
term,
better.
the desert will only become more and more important to Sumeru.
You do have a point.
Yes.
Education in the desert is indeed an industry that has not been tapped into. If we can be the first to place stakes in the area.
Yes.
And you just believe anything he tells you?
Even the greenest amateurs know that urban planning will affect population flow.
Uh-huh.
If you don't believe me, You can ask anyone on the street to confirm it to you.
You.
Please, only ask questions that are relevant to this discussion. You don't seem to think about your questions very thoroughly before speaking. Please only ask the questions that are relevant to the discussion.
Wait, something just occurred to me. If we're going to build a library in the desert, Aru Village would obviously be the best place for it.
True.
But it seems we're not the only ones with our eyes on the village. I heard a rumor a while back saying a lot of land and buildings in Aru Village have already been secretly purchased by a big-name merchant.
Oh?
What?
What?
A big-name merchant?
In other words, if we try to join the fray now, there won't be much left for us. If we want to build a suite of buildings focused on education and culture, Aru Village is the prime location. If we want to build it anywhere else, we'll have to deal with a far larger list of problems. It's not impossible, I suppose, but...
She seems the most willing to help us.
Then there's no hurry. We can wait for Aru Village to develop more first and get into the market for expansion to other areas.
But if you were to do that...
Is there nothing else to discuss? Great timing! I pretty much heard all I want to hear. If there are no other urgent matters, I'll be on my way.
I'll be off as well. If you have any new ideas, please feel free to reach out.
It seems like the others are not interested in funding this, so no point in me doing this on my own. Let's revisit this another time.
Hey, guys, wait!
We failed.
Well, what can I say? I guess it went somewhat as expected. They are Dory's friends, after all. As soon as they heard that there's not much more in this for them, they lost all interest.
That's just business, I guess.
Yeah, it's just another day doing business with people.
People.
I can never get used to that. Those people never think of anyone other than themselves.
For real.
Looks like we'll have to figure out some other way to get the funding. Let's go.
How did the meeting go? Want to talk about it?
It went terribly. It went... Okay, it didn't go terribly. It went... Okay. Not great, though.
Oh? Where did all that passion go from earlier, I take it you weren't able to find a sponsor for your project?
Please don't tell me that you're here to mock us.
What kind of person do you take me for? Would the kind and generous Lord Sangama Bay really do such a thing? I will say, though, I more or less expected this outcome even before I introduced them to you.
Yeah.
You can try to talk up the project all you want, but the facts will remain the same. This project is high investment with slow returns. No sane person would put their money into this.
You're insane, right?
But this isn't just a business project, right? Also, if you already knew no one would want to partner with us, why did you still try to charge me 500,000 mora? You scammer!
You might want to remember who your creditor is before you start talking like that, Kaveh.
Pay back every last coin that I still owe you, but that's a completely different matter.
Alright, since you're so devastated about this, I'll set you up for dinner with another big-name merchant.
Oh?
In fact, I'll be inviting the most famous merchant in all of Sumeru.
Besides
so
you?
I'll be counting on your performance.
Who is it?
What? Really?
Who?
I would like to sincerely apologize for my attitude just now. So, where would we be meeting this merchant?
Follow me. Oh, I suppose both of you can come.
I suppose both of you can come. I thought we were friends, Dory. I thought we were friends. Follow Dory. Kaveh. Cool. Kaveh's coming too. It's so weird to see no UI except follow Dory and UID. Is this really it? Just a few feet away? And boom, here's the big name merchant.
This is the place.
Oh, okay then.
You said you're going to introduce us to the most famous merchant in Sumeru. Well, where are they?
It's you.
Still don't get it, huh? The most famous merchant in Sumeru
is Lord Sangamo Bay.
Huh? So you meant yourself all along? Then why did you bring us here?
Well, I've given it some thought, and that complex of education and culture buildings that you mentioned does hold some promise.
Oh.
It'll be a pretty big Mora sink, and I'll have to fund it all on my own, but that's not really a problem for me.
Oh? So you're just okay with this? Oh.
Seriously? Where's this generosity coming from so suddenly? Are you trying to scam me again?
The reasons are not important. What's important is that I'm willing to help you.
Okay.
However, you know just as well as me that once this project actually breaks ground, it'll start sucking Mora from my pockets like crazy. So, to cut costs...
What?
I get it, I get it. I won't charge any commission fees, and I'll take responsibility for the entire project.
Oh my gosh.
Then let's sign the contract right away.
Dory prepares 2 contracts after refreed. Kaveh signs them at record speed.
This way, the children of the desert will have some books to read. Their lives should improve a bit after this.
You seem rather pleased.
Of course. There are a few things better than using my knowledge to help other people change their fates.
That's fair.
I must thank you as well, Dory. I used to say you only cared about Mora, which might have been some prejudice on my part. Sorry for that. I will also try to pay back my debts as soon as possible. Now, let's have a quick discussion. Where would you want the library to be built? That will be the most important building.
Yes.
There's no rush. I'll provide you with a copy of the deed when we get back. You can just use the address on the document to find the lot.
Oh.
Huh? The deed?
So it was Dory who bought the land. You don't mean...
So hold on a sec. The person who has been buying up everything around Aru Village was you all along?
Oh my. Did I not tell you about that? Yep, yours truly has been buying up all the land. I must
oh my
thank you
gosh.
for giving me ideas. Before our conversation, I had no idea what to build on all those lots. So, from my perspective, this has been a great turn of events. I didn't put much in and easily got a lot in return.
But what about my commission fees?
What about my commission fees?
Didn't you waive those yourself? I was just gonna say that to cut costs. We mustn't procrastinate and should start construction as soon as possible. But before I could finish my sentence, you volunteered to waive your commission fees and even promised to take responsibility for the whole project.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so touched, really.
Dory, maybe you should pay him
It's
commission
obvious that
fees.
you used every trick in the book to deceive me. You deliberately paused for a long time while talking about the project and kept glancing at me with that menacing look in your eyes.
Huh? You really think so? Well, the contract's already been signed, so there's no point in dwelling on the details. You know what? I'll pay for tonight's dinner.
You were already going to do that, though. Ugh.
Fine, I'll drop the argument on the commission fees. But since you said you're paying for dinner, I'm going to order the best beers and booze this place has to offer, and lots of it. Tonight, we're feasting until I've recouped my full commission fees.
That's adorable. A done deal. Wait a minute, I have to recoup my fees. Image saved to screenshot folder. Nice. That's adorable. Alright. Yep. Just Noel. Just Noel. Just Noel. Obtain 1 hangout memory. Ooh, right. Ooh. The Endeavor. That's really cool. I have to say. Anyways. Tavern Heart to Heart. Okay, so. Concealed circumstances. That's probably here? Question mark? Yeah. Continue playing. We'll go here. Never mind. This is all the way. Okay, never mind. I think this is where we talk to the guy. We'll need to figure out where it splits, I guess, because I'm not entirely sure. Oh, right. It was like we find 2 different ways to sponsor the project. Right. Forgot about that. Cool. And judging by the map, it's you probably go 2 directions after the getting your you probably choose something else along with the taking your mind off this project thing.
We meet? Huh? That's what we... there's no need for us to... Believe me. A library? I've heard that
this is so long getting to this.
All I know,
oh my gosh.
Much longer
Why did you tell us that from the start?
I didn't want you to know that I came.
Yeah, that's fair.
When I first, someone agreed to take on the project. After that, I heard I spent a while collecting and by the way. Just I ran into someone.
There's untrustworthy people in everything.
Those kinds of.
Yeah.
Ultimately, neither of
bad
our
people are everywhere.
Yeah, anyway. That's what I was. I've done the math.
Yes.
So
topic at hand, please.
To be honest, all I want is to build this.
You seem really passionate.
A while ago. I know the desert, so even if. Yes, my father passed. I'm sure a child. But let's bring building it a court.
Can we try a slightly different style?
A slightly different style.
Did we just get 2 hearts from that?
Give me a minute.
Nice.
Most architects would probably prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. Indeed, converting the building into a simple bungalow would solve most of our problems. However, I do not think this would be the best solution. While it's true that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought, neglecting it has some long-term negative consequences. It is especially undesirable in this situation, as the library will serve a high number of children, many of whom would have never been exposed to structures that may be considered elegant or beautiful.
Yes.
To completely give up on the more aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of architecture. I share Badawi's sentiments in wanting to preserve a more complex design. However, if we can reduce the ornate aspects of the design while maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch the arches and stone pillars, but make changes elsewhere. This is definitely a first. To make up for the loss of regular details,
this is a lot.
We would need to put a lot of extra effort into the layout, lines, and color.
I see. Would that really be okay?
It just increases the difficulty of the design. You should feel lucky that out of all the architects in the city, you chose to approach me. Most of the others would have given up on this project by now. As for inspiration, I think I might have something in mind.
You did give up on the project by now, but that was before you knew everything.
Where do you want this place to be built? Tell me the exact location.
Aru Village. Although it wasn't my childhood home, I think it'll be the best site for such a building.
Okay, then we can pay a visit to Aru Village.
Yes.
Is there something I can do for you? I've already caused you a lot of trouble before, and now you're revising the design again because of me. Which draft are we even on now? It's making me feel terribly guilty.
It doesn't matter.
Let me think. You said you used to be an Eremite mercenary, right? In that case, you could help us clear out some monsters that are blocking the way to Aru Village. We want to keep the roads clear, and reduce the loss of materials during transport to a minimum.
Yeah.
If everything goes well, that'll help us save some Mora.
All right, just leave it to me. If there's anything I'm good at, it's clearing out monsters.
That's
What
good.
are you waiting for then? Let's pack up and get ready to go.
Cool. Nice. Well, I guess we're going backwards from Aru Village. I cannot wait for 4.0. It's going to have a crystal flycatcher. It's probably going to be a reputation reward, but judging by how fast I got level 10 reputation Sumeru, that won't be an issue. I got it pretty quickly, to say the least. I'm not even entirely sure how long it took me. I'm sure I could check. It's probably, like, here. Sumeru? What would it be called? I don't know. Hold on, let me look it up. What's it called? Sumeru, not Summer. Sumeru Reputation Achievement. Maybe this will help with question mark? Sumeru Reputation? Hold on. Where's the reputation? Ooh. There are 712 NPCs who appear in Sumeru. Holy sheesh. That is so many characters, so many people. Oh boy. Maybe I should just look up reputation instead of Sumeru. Sumeru's got a lot on it. Reputation. Cool. This should find me the achievement. Cool. Weekly requests, world exploration, Sumeru, quests, I don't care. I don't care about that. Achievements, cool. Nature's infinite wit, right. Nature, yes. 11/14. So November 14th. When did it come out? When did Sumeru come out? 3.0 release date. 3.0 release date. August 24th. So that's 3 months? Like 2 patches? It took me a little over 2 patches to get it. That's oh, hello? Someone's birthday? An Outriders one-day adventure. Oh, okay. Yesterday I slept really well so I could save up enough energy for today and start today's one-day adventure filled with one-day adventure full of vim and vigor. What the heck is vim? You shouldn't think it's strange. I am well aware that as an outrider, I'm quite used to detecting risks and gauging potential danger. Even if I end up in a strange land, I won't just be completely and unconditionally excited. I'm pretty different from Klee in that respect. But after hearing her go on about her big adventure so much, I've decided to indulge my inner child. An entire day of carefree freedom sounds good to me. So I plan to travel from Springville to Down Winery first, and then I'll decide whether to go to Stormterror's Lair or the Stone Gate from there based on how I'm feeling. If I run into you on the road, I'll be happy to share some bread with you. Some bread? Okay. Okay. Some bread, I guess. Cool. I have so many crystal fly cores, but that I don't care. I still need more. It is never enough crystal fly cores. Oh, here we are.
Most materials going from Caravan Rebat to Aru Village would pass through here. There are a lot of monsters out here today. If you find it hard to keep up, just let us know.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is nothing. I'll be careful, though, and you should do the same.
Cool. Clear out the nearby monsters with the client's help. Oh boy, again. Oh. Whoa, I was expecting this. Wrong character, but you know, whatever. It doesn't matter.
No escape.
Wrong character again.
Scanning.
I always just think, like, the last character. Ah! What did I do? I don't know what I did.
I've been through worse.
Okay, well that was it. Okay, I don't even know how I pressed all those buttons or whatever. Are you hurt?
I'm fine. I've spent my entire life fighting these kinds of monsters in the desert after all. They won't get the best of me. But it's one thing to fight against monsters, and another to fight against an old injury. It's something I picked up when I was young. There were many fights between mercenary brigades back then, and one day someone stabbed me in the back.
You mean literally?
I don't think much of it back then, but with age, it's caught up to me.
Jeez.
Few mercenaries get to enjoy their later years. Failing health tends to take the joy out of reputation and wealth. And many mercenaries never even made much of the latter to begin with.
Is there someone you know who can help to look after you?
Unfortunately, no. My wife passed away at an early age, and I don't have any children. Sometimes I close my eyes and realize most of my life story has already been written. I have many regrets about my past, but at the same time, I also know that there were never many options for me in the first place. I joined the Eremites when I was young, and won many battles with them. My survival was more a matter of luck than actual ability.
Oof.
If at all possible, I want future children of the desert to have some more options in life.
Yes, please.
I don't want them to turn out like me.
Ouch.
My apologies. The older we get, the more we tend to ramble. Seems like we've already cleared out most of the monsters. Let's hurry over to Aru village.
Badawi walks to the distance as he talks. Kaveh, as an observer, thinks something. I think that's what happened. What's on your mind?
I think it's really admirable of him to spend his whole life savings on people he's never met. Maybe he's doing this out of natural kindness. A kindness that hasn't been eroded away by the struggles of his life.
You're also that kind of person, which is why you're helping him.
Perhaps. To clarify, though, I don't think I'm quite the same.
How's that?
Some people call me an idealist. I do have some sentiments of that general persuasion, such as wanting everyone to be able to lead a happy life. But my situation is more complex than that. In the beginning, what drove me to harbor those thoughts was less idealism and more a desire to make up for a sense of guilt.
What is with these voice lines being longer and different?
My father to take part in the first Inter-Darshan Championship, hosted by the Academia. He set off confidently hoping to win something for me, but failed to clinch the title. What's more, he fell into depression after the competition.
Right, I remember
and
that.
Requested to join an investigative research project in the desert. I never saw him again. Word has it that he got caught in quicksand.
Imagine
Even
we just
if
find
other factors
Kaveh's
may have
father.
contributed to his death, the fundamental cause still circles back to me. I started doing many things in life because I wanted to make amends. Even in cases where I couldn't do something for a specific person, I still did whatever I could. I think I just wanted to make myself feel a little better.
And is that still how you feel?
At this point, even I don't know. I've tried self-reflection, but it didn't help. I can't seem to walk away from many things that I see or hear about, even if they don't directly concern me.
Yeah.
And I can't quite pinpoint the source of it. Maybe it's just like what those Vahumana scholars often say. It's hard for people to truly understand themselves.
Yeah.
It
could also be like
things out of
trauma.
endless guilt, or I could be doing them out of a strong sense of empathy. It could even just be a matter of conceit. The potential motivations could number in the dozens.
Yeah.
But the actions they result in are the same. Anyway, I suppose I don't really mind being called an idealist. They also used that term to describe my father. It seemed to carry fewer connotations back when he was around. I've known Al-Haytham for many years now, and discussed my ideology with him for nearly as long. Maybe argued is a better word for it. He told me a long time ago that no matter how strong of a swimmer you may be, you'll still get dragged under by the others who are drowning once you run out of stamina. He believes this is the fate that awaits all idealists. I still believe I should live by my ideals, and I've given him countless reasons why I think it's a good idea to do so.
Huh.
Perhaps my ideals are flawed, but are there really any perfect things in this world?
No.
Unfortunately, he remains unconvinced. His personality is the exact opposite of my own.
Yeah.
If someone happens to drown next to him, he'll most likely stand on the shore and mumble something along the lines of respecting other people's fates. But as you can see, I'm not the only idealist in the world.
Yeah.
Just as there are different seasons, there are also different people.
There are
so
many
others
different
who
things.
will continue to care about
There's
the fates
different
of those
everythings.
who are not directly related to them. And when I finally run out of stamina, someone will also reach out and bring me back to shore.
If it has to be me, it will be me.
Someone will help me, right? Yes. I've already been helped like that before.
It will be me if it needs to be. I'll help you when the time comes. Should I have a life preserver at the ready?
Oh, please. It's not like we're actually talking about swimming. Also, just so you know, I actually took a swimming elective back in the day. Don't underestimate my skills. Either
That's
way,
hilarious.
Feeling much better than when you first found me at the tavern.
I'll dive with you just because of
Inspiration
that.
Already welling up inside of me. Maybe this will be just the opportunity I needed to create a whole new style. All right, let's head to Aru Village.
Cool. I'm going to dive with Kaveh in Fontaine just because of that. Just because he says he's taken swimming lessons as an elective. That's hilarious. You know, over there, those kind of look like warning signs. I know they're not, but they kind of... Oh, gosh. I forgot how many quests in Sumeru I still haven't done. I really haven't been working on world quests recently. I might want to do some of those before 4.0 comes around. I've got one in Inazuma to do, and clearly 3 here to do, but I haven't done any of them. I haven't even started any of them. As you can see, my only quest is this. Isak! I remember Isak.
So glad Grandpa's okay.
I'm not going back there at my age.
I like them. They're very great. They were great in... Was it Dia's story quest? No, surely it was the main story
Now
quest.
that we're here, it's my partner's time to shine. Marak!
Ah! I took a screenshot.
Oh, what's this?
It's a toolbox,
My
right?
toolbox.
Yeah.
I built it using an ancient mechanical core. It's not too smart, but it's super useful and can help me with a variety of tasks. I'll take Marak and find a suitable location for the building. Once that is done, I'll get to work on a few designs.
Cool.
Traveler?
Oh, Sataria. Hi.
Ah, you know each other?
Yeah.
Hello. I suppose you must be Kaveh from Kasharawar. I have heard of you before. My name is Sataria, and I'm currently the person in charge of promoting educational assistance programs here in the desert.
That's perfect.
Educational assistance programs. Then you must be familiar with the local conditions here.
Yes.
I can't say I'm too familiar just yet, but if
okay,
you
fair
have any
enough.
questions, I'll try my best to answer them.
I've been commissioned by Mr. Badawi to build a library in the desert.
Yes, we're building
We've
a
settled
library
on the
here.
general design direction, but we are trying to finalize some details based on the conditions around the intended location.
A library? Do you intend to open it to the public for free?
Yes.
That's right. I want to make sure the children will have books to read.
Libraries are always
Fantastic.
free.
I'm sure the children will be thrilled. Right now, we don't have access to many paper books or a quiet place to read. Truth be told, this very thing has been keeping me up at night.
Well,
Let me
great.
get straight to my questions then. Can you estimate the number of children around here who'd be interested in reading? Besides the usual noise of village pedestrians, are there any other sources of noise in the village?
Yes.
Oh, and have any landslides occurred here recently? And also, where are the spots around the village that have been most affected by wind and erosion?
Great questions. Sataria considers Kaveh's questions and offers her answers.
All right, that should be everything.
Great.
Badawi, let's go over the budget again. We'll keep the building structure the same, but make the place a little bigger, so it'll be able to hold more people and get better natural light.
Cool.
The parts of the project that cost the most will be the insulation and ventilation materials. I'm sure you understand, no one likes to read in a place that's hot and stuffy.
Yeah.
I want to make significant changes to the arrangement of the bookshelves, tables, and chairs. I'll go over the specifics of that shortly. I have 2 plans in mind. Both are pretty minimalist in style, but will provide a very different ambiance from the world outside. Our final cost should be around 70% of the last figure I quoted. The whole thing should take around half a year to complete. Marak has produced a sketch for all of you to see. If everyone's okay with it, then we'll proceed with that as the formal plan.
You've got a new design plan already?
The inspiration just came to me naturally. All I did was put thoughts to paper.
Cool.
I must give you credit, though. If it weren't for your advice and suggestions, I probably wouldn't have landed on this new style so quickly.
Me?
According to the traditions of my profession, I should probably name this style after you. Let's call it the Traveler style.
I like that.
In the meantime, let's look forward to the day when this building is completed and can finally open its doors.
I can't wait. I hope we get to see it at some point, please. Ooh, that is cool. Blueprint for the future. Present suffering is nothing compared to the granting hope for the future to others. That, yes. Yes, I can't wait. What? What do I mean I can't wait? What? Okay. Cool. Alright. Well, next on the agenda. Nice. Oh, I need these. Oh. 99, let's go. Cool, let's see. Tavern Heart to Heart. We have to go here. I think next update they're gonna make it so like when you navigate to something like this, it'll open the map for you. It does that in Honkai, so I forgot that it doesn't do that in Genshin. Or if it's far enough away, it does that. That is. But yeah. All right. Let's go to the tavern to look for Kaveh. We're gonna see drunk Kaveh again. Let's go. Oh, I need to figure out a thumbnail for what's gonna be the thing. What thing? The Lenny thing. I gotta figure out. After stream, I'm gonna need to figure out a thumbnail for Lenny's teaser video. Anyways. Hello, Kaveh. Starting to get drunk, I see?
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
Are you alright?
Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern?
I followed you here.
And stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, do you want something too?
I'll take some juice.
Wine in a glass of juice? Coming
right up. Cool.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me.
Absolutely.
Another glass, please, boss.
Another glass, please.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client who knows nothing about construction requirements or architectural style. If this was in the past, I'd never have gone through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences.
Oh, God.
Perhaps getting used to this just means I would spend a lot of time. I suppose, though, that just sticking to all of this makes for a
Here's your drink.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of art?
What do you think the meaning of art is?
Anyway, I don't know about...
What do you think?
What do you think? Is something that resonates with the masses?
Yes. Art shouldn't be self-indulgent entertainment saved for the elite. Let's say that I built a house for someone. If they don't like how it looks, then no matter how brilliant it may appear to me, they won't be happy with it. The problem is that it can be very difficult to get validated by others. I could compromise my personal standards to accommodate my clients.
Yeah.
But often, that just means creating a final product that I would struggle to look at.
Yeah. I mean, it can take a bit. Kaveh still looks dejected. Maybe I can help clear him up. Make a simple suggestion. Let's do something else and clear your mind.
Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this project anymore. But what should we do? It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out here.
Probably not. Why did you decide to become an architect?
Huh? Where did that come from? I mean, it's not like it's some kind of secret. You probably already know some bits and pieces of my past.
Yeah, bits and pieces.
My mother is also an architect. I've always adored her drawings, and when I was young, I used to sit next to her and watch her bring all kinds of buildings to life on paper. You could say my interest in architecture just naturally grew with time.
Would she be able to understand how you're feeling right now?
Perhaps. In fact, I have also seen my mother argue with her clients, but she would always quickly find the motivation to return to her work. Unfortunately, I've barely had any contact with her since she remarried and moved abroad. And if I wanted to ask her about her ability to stay positive after an argument, it would seem rude to barge into her life again over something as trivial as that.
I can understand that.
I did remember something else, though. When my mother left, she only carried some small personal luggage with her. She left most of the belongings in the house to me.
So we can go through
she
that.
even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons from her life experiences, so my life and career could go a little more smoothly. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really have it in me to go through any sentimental items.
Oh, well, yeah,
so
that's
I just packed
fair.
anything with memories away in a box and haven't reopened it since.
Well,
It's been a really long time. Now that so many years have passed, maybe I have finally developed the maturity I need to face those memories without losing my mind. Yeah. I should dig it out and take a look.
Do you think I can come with you?
Huh? Sorry, I've had too much to drink and wasn't thinking clearly. You're right. I should do these kinds of things with the support of a friend.
You should.
Speaking of that, I can call you a friend now, right?
What, so the sort of thing
thanks
needs
for
official
reminding me that I could
documentation
invite you to come
now?
along. Had I just
Fine,
gone back by
hand over your
myself,
friendship
it
certificate.
would've looked like
I
I'm
assume it'll
deliberately
need my
trying to keep
signature.
things from you.
Not me quoting Tainari. Are we officially friends? What, so this sort of thing needs official documentation now? Fine, hand over your friendship certificate. I suppose it'll need my signature. Anyways, had I just gone back by myself, it would have looked like I'm deliberately trying to keep things from you. Kind of? I don't know.
Ugh, thinking too hard about the words is giving me a headache, so I'll just give it to you straight.
Oh.
Thanks to your advice, I have decided to put my current projects on pause for now, and spend some time trying to rekindle the passion for my craft.
That's good. Oh, right, I need to click this again.
If you want to stick around and see how this will turn out, you'll be sure to encounter some bits and pieces of my past. Do you think you'd find that too boring?
I don't think so.
All right.
I
then
like
let's head back together.
people's lore.
I mean, you already know where I live.
Backstory.
Who knew that the day would come when I, too, would have some friends over? Let me see. I should have tidied up the place before I left the house this morning. Hatham shouldn't be home now either. He's usually in the records room at this time of the day.
It doesn't
anyway,
matter.
There's no more time for drinks. I'll go
if I
take care of
see
the bill.
if I see your house a mess, my house is a mess. Go home with Kaveh. Oh my gosh, that is. I don't know what I'm thinking about that. I saw it, but I don't. Okay, it reminded me of a post I saw where it's just like the two sides of fangirling. Why can't they just marry each other? The other side. Why can't they just marry me? Why can't they? Why do they have to be so fictional? Why do they have to be fictitious? Why do all the perfect people have to be so fictional. Anyways, up the stairs we go. I need to get a lot more videos out sooner. I will work on the Linny video tonight, because that is a very current thing. So, yeah. I'll get that out tonight. Or maybe not out tonight, out tomorrow probably, but I'll get all the things ready for it tonight and get it uploading to be ready to go out tomorrow. Maybe I'll just upload it as soon as I can, but I don't know. Well, I'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Alhaitham isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box.
Cool. Kaveh brings out a box and dusts it off. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. The box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place.
Huh.
And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine.
Yeah.
I'm happy for her. I hope she'll be able to find happiness there. She raised me all by herself after my father passed away.
I mean, I'm going to
Definitely
Fontaine
wasn't
soon. If
easy
you
for
want, I can
her.
check up on her.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box.
Ooh.
What are all these things?
Ooh. Is that a drawing?
Oh, I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormos.
Huh.
Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing. That's more than 20 years ago. You could say it's pretty good for a child of that age.
True.
Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have some level of artistic talent, right?
You don't sound as confident as you used to be.
Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process.
You're not wrong.
Without criticism, there can be no improvement. It's normal for me to question my abilities from time to time.
Yeah, I guess.
I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around, but as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases. Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box.
Yes, let's.
My building blocks.
Oh.
It's been years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack them super high, and could even stabilize the tower to keep it from tumbling over.
That's adorable.
Oh, and this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch.
Oh.
The aspect ratio was horrendous. It's still technically the first blueprint I made myself, though. I
Oh.
was super proud of myself when I finished it, and put it in the same
That's
pile as my
adorable.
mother's sketches, hoping she'd notice and compliment me for my good work.
Aren't you little kids just
Unfortunately, my
adorable?
mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?"
And what happened after that?
My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good
that's
blueprint.
wholesome.
She was very patient throughout the whole process.
Oh.
I still remember it like it was yesterday.
She seems really nice.
Let's see, is there anything else left in this box? Huh. What was this again?
A notebook with a lock?
Ah, this is my mother's notebook.
Oh.
She used to write and sketch in it all the time.
Well, that's
When I
fun.
was a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password. Huh. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her. Did she leave it to me on purpose?
You could open it and take a look.
If only I could. I never managed to guess the password.
Is it Kaveh? It looked like 5 letters. Is it Kaveh? Even after all those years?
Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password. Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just present itself. Let me think. What could it be?
Is it your name?
I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried all the easy guesses a long time ago.
Okay, never mind then.
I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents'
Oh
names on
whoa,
both sides,
wow.
and all of our birthdays.
Oh.
I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family.
Huh.
I've even tried stuff like Love You Kaveh, Take Care, Yours Truly. I've tried every cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book. This lock has refused to budge.
That's hilarious.
I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatok if they ever found out.
We can try asking some of her old acquaintances. Oh, maybe it splits here.
So we could find someone who was close to my mother and see if they might
I love how
know
I'm just like,
anything?
oh, it splits here. Okay.
I see what you're saying.
Maybe.
But who should we talk to for that? My mother was never really the one to be social. My father was the one with more friends. But all those connections were severed when he died.
Oh, right.
Let me think. Is there still someone at the academia who would know my mother? Ah, actually, there is someone. Professor Zaha Hadi.
Zaha Hadi. Huh, who's that?
Huh. You've never really heard of her?
Really?
She's a famous Gashawar scholar.
She's famous?
Leading
Well,
expert
to be
in
fair, I'm
formal
new.
garden design. My mother studied under her as a student.
To be
many
fair,
years
I'm
ago.
new to Sumeru, and I'm new to
Professor
the
Zaha
entirety
Hadid
to
published
that,
many
really.
works during her career, so I was able to learn a lot by studying her essays. If there's anyone who still remembers my mom, it'd be her.
Oh.
She's older now and is no longer teaching at the academia. But if I remember correctly, she spends most of her time around the Bimarstan area. Let's
Well.
go take a look. We might run into her if we're lucky.
Yes, let's try it. It's worth a shot. Past mementos. Search for Professor Zaha Hadi. Interesting name. To be fair, I don't know names. I know, like, stereotypical names. I don't know a lot of cultural names. In fact, even my Genshin name is one that I found when I was looking up names that mean ocean, and I think I also incorporated Japanese, and that's how I came up with Kairi. And then, same with my alt account, I looked up words meaning snow in Japanese, and
What am I supposed to do
Tainari.
now? Forget it. I'll just head back.
I was not expecting you.
Tainari, what are you doing here?
Exactly. I was just going on a whole story about my character names. Let me finish. What was it? Yukio means snow in Japanese, and so that's how I found my alt account's name as well. So yeah. Anyways, that's it. So Tainari, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's you. Good to finally see you again.
You didn't answer the
I
question.
came into the city
Okay.
to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville.
And?
But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? He's an ex-sage and Cyno's adoptive father.
Okay.
I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever.
Granny?
Yeah, she's just over there. You can go check out the situation yourselves in a moment.
I love how he's appeared in two.
Kaveh, were you at the tavern?
I had a quick drink or two. Can you still smell the alcohol?
Drinking in broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some
Oh my
mindless fungus,
gosh.
huh? And you, traveler? You didn't try to stop him?
I plead the fifth.
You look like a wreck, Kaveh. What happened? Are you feeling down again? You know what? I'm hosting a meal at Pardistii tomorrow evening.
Oh.
Do you want to come?
Yeah.
Huh? Oh, I had no idea.
I want to
Let
come.
me think for a moment.
Can I come?
I'll come if I can find some time.
All right. Then I'll plan on reserving 2 seats for you.
Oh, great, cool.
I'll
That's
be
me.
heading
Cool.
back to
Hi.
Gandharvaville for
What?
now.
Hi?
I have a feeling that
Why did I
argument over
say
there is gonna
hi?
continue for quite some time.
Okay, whatever.
It might be best if we don't get involved.
Huh, okay.
Granny who lives nearby. Let's go take a look.
Okay, then. Check out the place Tarnari mentioned. That's over here. It's good. It's gonna be the friend. Zaha Hadi. Hello. I knew it. I knew it.
So, plan on keeping
Kashar, our
yourself
household
locked in there,
name.
huh? Fine by me. You're not going to come out, then I'm not going to leave. My tomato was growing so well, it had all the potential to become the best tomato this year, and you cut it straight from the vine.
I already told you I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take a tomato that's still weeks from ripening?
Oh
You'd
my
have to be
gosh.
awfully green as an investigator to think it was me. You see, the word
Oh my
green
gosh. So this
the
is where
color of the
Sino
tomato
gets it. Oh,
and the fact that your skills could use some.
gosh.
Enough nonsense. Just come out and face me, you coward.
Well, that's where Sino gets his
You're
jokes
out of your
from.
mind.
Oh
If
my
I've
gosh,
actually
that's
done something
hilarious.
Wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Oh, why you?
Don't tell me this is...
Professor Zaha Hadi?
And who are you? Oh, Kaveh.
And who are you? Oh, Kaveh. Oh, I accidentally pressed
Get
spacebar.
over here and
Rip.
let the professor take a good look at you. Not bad, not bad. You've grown taller again.
Oh my gosh.
Professor, what's going on here?
It's no big deal, really. A few of us old scholars got bored in our retirement and decided to put together a vegetable growing competition. At the end, whoever loses will have to go up on stage and do a performance for the winners. Which brings us to our current predicament. My tomato was sure to win until a certain someone decided they couldn't bear to lose.
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out each other's dirty laundry now, why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janat's garden the other night?
Lucky for you, seeing these youngsters come to pay their respects today has put me in a better mood.
I
I'll
like
let you
these
off the hook
guys.
For now. Come on, let's go. We'll take our conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
This lady cracks me up. I love her. She is a pleasure
Is
to be
Farnak
around.
still doing well?
Who's Farnak?
Yes, as far as I know. She left for Fontaine some time ago and started a new life
If
for
we
herself.
see a Farnak in
She's still doing work
Fontaine,
related to architecture, though.
Ah, yes. I did hear about that.
we want to
Did
look for a
that upset you
Farnak
at all?
in Fontaine.
No, not at all. She's already sacrificed a lot raising me as a single mother.
Oh.
That's good to hear. Your mother did struggle quite a bit those few years. It's probably
Yeah.
a good thing that she found a new place to call home.
Yeah, probably.
Sometimes I wonder if things were harder for her because she was so beautiful. People were always drawn to her beauty first, only to
Yeah.
realize she had a sensitive and vulnerable heart underneath. She was
Yeah.
still quite young when she first joined my class as a
Beauty is a
student.
pain in
Beautiful
different ways.
and radiant with her golden hair, yet quiet and single-minded.
Hmm.
She seemed like a lass from some aristocratic house who was seeing the outside world for the first time. She had to make a lot of drastic changes in her life to raise you on her own.
Wow.
Even during her time in the academia, she was
She seems like a great
thorough
person. I want to meet her in
perfectionist.
Fontaine,
If
please.
she was unsatisfied with something she had made, she'd insist on redoing it, even if I was perfectly happy with it. She had many admirers, and they'd always fill up the first
What?
few rows of
Why did I say
seats,
cool?
hoping they could
I
get
don't know.
closer to her sitting in the first
I feel
row.
like it's just my fill
If
the
it were any
void
of my
word.
other classes, you'd have found nobody sitting in the front. But every time I saw her, she was
Oh.
always in that same rigid pose.
She'd have one hand on her forehead with the other clutching her
So
pencil.
she was.
Her eyebrows would be knitted in a frown as she concentrated on the blueprint in front of her.
So she was very dedicated.
I'm sure she had many difficult moments in her life. How did she cope with the stress?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. She never talked about such things with me. She rarely opened up to other people, you know. I do remember one time, though, when she got into a heated argument with a friend.
Oh.
She said something I found very memorable.
Oh, password?
She said, "True art cannot be understood, but as an artist, I wish some people could understand its meaning and value."
Yeah.
If you ask me, that's probably the greatest source of pain for geniuses of their craft. It's extremely hard for them to find someone who can truly understand their
I'm not sure I could
ideals.
ever understand, like, an
that's how
artist's
it is.
ideals and stuff.
I wonder if the password could be...
Understanding?
I tried
Okay.
both just now. Seems those aren't it either.
What are you trying to do?
Or trying to unlock
My
this
mother
journal.
left her notebook to me, but it has a password, and I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm trying to learn more about her so I'd have a better chance at cracking the code. Thank you for all that you told us.
Yes, thank you.
It's the least I can do. Talking to youngsters like yourself makes me feel younger too. Honestly, looking at you now, I can see how much you resemble her.
Oh.
It's almost as if she's standing right in front of me again. Your personalities are quite alike too. You're both stubborn and both a little awkward. Of course, I'm sure the similarities are mostly superficial. But so long as you continue to harbor those traits,
I'm gonna write down
you'll
Fahrenheit.
find a lot of difficulties in your work. I've taught a lot of students over my career, and
We want to
in
meet her
my
in Fontaine,
experience,
please.
very few genius architects of Kasharawar ever found happiness for themselves.
Well, that's
They would
sad.
know exactly what they want to express and fight for it tooth and nail, which inevitably led to arguments
Oh.
with their clients. Some clients would choose to respect the architect's vision or just let the argument go because of the architect's reputation, but those are the rare ones.
Yeah.
When Fahrenheit first graduated, she was getting into arguments with her clients
Yeah, I
nearly
spelled it
every
correctly.
single day. I think it only got a little better when she met your father.
I see. But could he understand the designs my mother made?
No, I think they were probably beyond him, too. But despite that, he still stayed next to her, listening to her joys and sharing in her sorrows. Fahrenheit had
You
many
don't have to,
admirers, but she ended up choosing your father.
understand it to enjoy
His support
it.
probably played a part in that decision.
But it helps, certainly.
So instead of understanding, perhaps all we need is just companionship.
That sounded like an unlock noise. Maybe that's what she was trying to tell you.
Huh. It worked.
Whoa!
Oh, was that the right password?
Yes!
It was indeed.
Then you should be on your way, child. Find a quiet place and see what she wanted to say to you.
Aww.
Being the awkward person that she is, I suppose there were many things that Fahrenheit could never say out loud.
Oh.
Instead, she probably left them in her diary, hoping that they would make their way to you one day.
She
you're
seems
ever
like
in
a
a mood to
great
chat again,
person.
just
I hope
come and
she's.
find me
I
here.
hope we find her in
You're always
Fontaine.
welcome to discuss architecture topics with me as well.
We
Thank
better.
you so much, Professor.
If we get an Act 2
There's no
of
need to
Kaveh
be
in
so
Fontaine
formal. I'll let
of
you kids
meeting
go.
Fahrenheit,
It's time for me to
that
take another
would be
stroll around the
so
vegetable
good.
garden.
I wonder what my mother could have written about.
Kaveh starts quickly flipping through the notebook, revealing lines upon
They all say Zahadid's
Oh.
class is the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad.
Aw.
On the other hand, though, structural mechanics is definitely a pain, no matter how you try to approach it. I doubled down and managed to get through it in the end.
Oh.
I met someone special.
Aww.
At first, I didn't think much of him, but now, I feel very happy whenever I get to spend time with him.
That sounds like love
We
at its
decided to name
greatest.
our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another person. Back then, I lived only in the shadow of myself, as well as that of the dream in my heart.
We need to go to Fontaine and give her a hug. Oh.
And even though it's been several days now, I still can't bring myself to come to terms with what happened.
She needs a hug. Kaveh needs a hug too, honestly.
So swollen, it's hard to see.
Oh, Kaveh, I'm giving you a hug through my screen.
What if they're lying to me? And this is just a long, cruel dream.
If only. Oh.
But I have to face reality.
I'm giving Kaveh a hug right now. I'm lucky I haven't knocked my microphone.
I'll do my best to raise my son on my own.
Oh. Poor Faranak and poor Kaveh.
Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother.
Ah! Okay. Tainari's dad, Kaveh's dad, Al-Haytham's dad, and Sino's dad, probably adopted dad, but still, Sino's dad. Adopted family's family.
This blonde man was probably my father, but who are the other people in the picture?
Like fathers, like sons.
Why do a few of them look somewhat familiar?
Yeah, they do seem familiar.
From the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago. I hadn't even been born yet. Maybe we were thinking too much. Oh, there are a few lines written in the diary about this as well.
Yes, lore.
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman.
Oh.
Including us, 3 couples showed up. There was also a person who came alone.
Who came alone?
The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly, so I couldn't quite catch everything she said. But I also didn't feel like asking her to repeat herself.
Me. I can't.
My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation, so I resigned myself to sitting in a corner and drawing in my notebook. I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these people, especially that stiff-looking couple. That man is certainly very handsome, but he would constantly alternate between disjointed and serious ways of talking. His wife is a bit more bearable. We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. The ambiance of this gathering is surprisingly pleasant, however. Talking to people can allow us to find some peace after a long day. Maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future. I hope he'll be able to make many
Little
friends.
does she know that he basically has the same
my mother
picture.
used to attend that kind of thing. It seems she was only good at talking about her own work and found it difficult to join into other conversations. As a result, she often kept to herself and would be off to the side, drawing. There's more written on the back. Oh, it seems like it was written to me.
Kaveh. I was both overjoyed and distressed when I learned of your decision to continue your studies in Kasharwar.
Oh.
You are very talented, and I am confident that you will become an architect of much acclaim. However, the more talented you are as an artist, the more misery and anguish you may encounter.
I'm giving him a hug.
No one will be able to help
When we meet Farnak, we will meet Farnak. I'm manifesting it.
Life as a creator,
I need to give her a hug too.
form connections with other people, and enjoy many other things in life. It's the only way to alleviate your suffering. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit and have a chat. You can accumulate joy and fulfillment by spending time with them. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. Never forget that companionship
She's so
is the most
wholesome.
important thing of all.
No wonder she left
the answer
the
she prepared for me.
thing.
She really thought long and hard about me and my future.
She really cared about you.
Well, now that I've read her words, do you think I should accept Tainari's invite and attend that dinner at Pardis Di?
Wait, you were actually considering not going?
The thought definitely crossed my mind. Although it'd be nice to get together with friends and chat the night away, I don't want to bring down other
tears,
people's
but those are
moods
because I'm
sad.
yawning because I'm tired.
Besides, don't most people hate the feeling of seeing their friends troubled and being unable to help? And what's worse, nearly all of my problems can't be easily resolved with some encouraging words or gesture.
Well,
And
still,
don't
you
forget,
can
I'm also older than
be
all of
happy.
them. As their senior, I should appear to be a bit more responsible.
If you... It's normal for friends to take care of each other. Plus, if you hang out with them, it'll at least make you temporarily happier. I'm sure of it. But Tainari saw right through you. It's normal for friends to take care of each other.
You're not wrong, but I keep
Just
feeling
because
like I
you're
haven't really
older than
helped them
people
much in return.
doesn't mean... Just because you're older than someone doesn't mean that you have to be more responsible than them. Everyone matures at different rates, and especially when you're all adults, it doesn't really matter if you're older. Especially since you are close to each other's age. I'm guessing, based on this, Kaveh has to be like 25. Just based on what I've heard. It's like 25 to 30. That is the age range we have for Kaveh, I guess. Anyways, it's always fun to have you around, Kaveh.
Wait, do you mean it? You're not making fun of me, are you?
Why would I make fun
I've
of
gotten
you?
so used to sarcasm that I can't tell what's genuinely a compliment anymore. Wait, by fun, did you mean...
What?
You know what? I'm not going to overthink it. I'll see you tomorrow
Okay,
at
yeah,
Pardis
good.
Di.
Don't overthink it. It's just a compliment. It's just a compliment, Kaveh. Don't overthink it. Alright, 16. The fall... Oh, gosh. This should be the right day. Oh, that works. It works. It's fine. Fine, it's fine. Cool. Well, I'm thoroughly enjoying this. We've still got more to go. I swear, they keep making them longer and longer. One of these days, they're gonna have one that I have to spend 4 hours completing. Maybe by then, I will be able to stream for 4 hours. And be able to edit the videos. Find Tainari near Pardis Di. I like being the traveler for all of this. This is also the team I'm going to be using in Fontaine. I'm working on building a team. Not building a team, working on artifacts for Hydra Traveler, because we're not going to be able to level up his talents immediately. So I'm trying to get as much as I can, aside from talents built, so that I can have him built going into Fontaine. Cool. And I'll probably end up with a team of Traveler and Lynette, but so at least on the first day, it's gonna be these guys. Yes. Alhaitham better be coming. I swear to all that is Genshin that Alhaitham better come to this.
Alhaitham also got my invite, right? Will he be coming to join us?
That guy? He's never been a fan of social gatherings. I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you.
He's like your
Are
mom.
you sure? Alright then. I guess we won't wait for him.
Yeah, let's go. I mean... Maybe we should give him a little more time. We can keep chatting for a while longer.
I can give him some time.
Oh.
It's like, oh, okay.
You still haven't told me, what's the occasion for getting us together here at Pardis Di?
Can't we just get together as
We're
friends?
celebrating the end of the first phase of
Ooh.
college studies. I wanted to thank you all for the help you've given her along the way.
Yay!
Then where's Kale?
She said she wanted to show everyone a bit of what she's learned, so she's still doing some last-minute prep at home. She'll be here shortly.
Well, we should be waiting for her,
Anyway,
too.
Let's get started. To tell you the truth, I'm actually not so confident that the second phase will go as well as the first.
Oh?
The curriculum will become a lot more involved, and I'm worried that she won't be able to get through all of it. I was hoping we could brainstorm about it together before she gets here.
Sure.
I knew this wouldn't be just a simple free dinner. Is that why you also invited Al-Haytham?
Yes. I thought it would be good if we could all put our heads together about this.
The Forgravate
Anyway,
team.
let's take
I
a
think
quick
that's what
trip
everyone's
down memory
calling
lane.
it.
What did you guys do when you ran into a problem that you didn't know how to solve? Or got assigned a project that you knew you weren't going to finish on time?
Never happened to me.
I'd just pull another all-nighter.
You two are hopeless. Does anyone have a more useful answer to the question?
Perhaps you could adjust the pace of the curriculum?
Ooh, that's a good point. Confidence is the most important thing. Once you lose your sense of confidence, it'll become all but impossible to find the motivation to study.
Exactly.
This could be a potential direction. I have already redesigned the literacy curriculum, and I was originally hoping to ask Al-Haytham for his opinion. But...
It's
oh.
very simple.
Oh, here he is.
Instead of focusing on the amount of material you
Oh my
would like
gosh,
to teach,
he has such a
focus
grand
on the amount the
entrance.
student will be able to remember.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, you actually showed up. I could probably count the number of times you've actually come to gatherings like this on just one hand.
It's still more than the number of times you've managed to get a proposal approved on the first try.
Hey, that doesn't really matter.
As long as you're still aware. So, what made the difference this time? You looking to drink your sorrows away with some friends?
I don't think I'll hate the past sorrows.
That's your purpose for being here, not mine. Don't project your ways of thinking onto me.
So you're saying the only reason you came is to help Tainari with his brainstorming?
Precisely.
Oh my gosh.
Kaveh will have a long road in front of her.
Hey, just to get one thing clear. Even if Kaveh manages to make her way to the academia, we cannot let her enroll in her avatar. Kashar is obviously the best choice for her.
Oh my
She's been a trainee
gosh.
forest ranger for so long, she'll definitely be good with her hands.
Maybe.
What are you
maybe
saying?
Amorta.
Spontamad is the better choice. It's where I graduated from, after all.
Or maybe just let Kaveh decide.
What about Amorta? That's the Darshan her master actually graduated from.
There are only 2 other Darshans left. We might as well select all of them on her enrollment application.
I'm trying to have a serious discussion here. Traveler, you aren't associated with any of the 6 Darshans. In your opinion, which Darshan would be the best choice for Kaveh?
I mean, off the top of my head, probably Amorta, but I think she should get through the second phase of her studies first.
Well said.
Agreed. And my goal in inviting you here was to gather some thoughts on the execution of this second phase.
Yes.
Phase 2 far exceeds Phase 1 in both curriculum complexity and the speed of instruction. I hope Kaveh has prepared herself for what is coming.
Hey, what are you thinking now? Please don't tell me you're planning on lending her those abstruse books from your home library.
Oh my god.
Actually, I was thinking about lending her a professions guide.
I'll make sure to write, "Don't become an architect" on the front page of that.
But don't you love your job, Kaveh?
You're right. I can't deny that.
Is there another phase after Phase 2? What's the ultimate goal of all of this? Are we trying to prepare her for a job in the academia?
Maybe just...
We don't need to think that far ahead. Hold that thought, though. I think my vegetables are done.
Are you grilling them? Everyone enjoys a relaxed and pleasant dinner. What about Kaveh?
I'm telling you, that client had no idea what he was talking about. No matter what I did, he had something bad to say about it.
Kaveh sure gets drunk fast.
Have you considered finding another client?
They're all the same. I haven't had a good night's sleep
Ugh.
for months now. Who do they think they are, ordering me to alter my design over and over again just because they have some mora?
He gets... Okay.
It's too late now to change careers. You might as well try to find some joy in the pain. Besides, You'll be getting up in the middle of the night to make edits to your own design even when the client doesn't request it.
No. That's not true.
I think that's true.
Kaveh. I'll tell you a new joke.
Oh no. Sino.
We'll save that for the end, Sino. You can keep it to yourself until then.
Whatever. I'm not going to use my brain anymore. Let's drink tonight to our heart's content.
Oh, okay then. What about Kale? Oh, there's Kale. I love this picture so much. Leisurely gathering. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. Cool. We've still got 2 more endings to go. Oh boy. This is much longer than I was anticipating. Yeah, here. A Dear Memento. Cool, let's see what this is about. I don't entirely remember, but... I think it... I don't know what could have been split here. We'll see. I don't know. I'm trying to think of it, but I guess I just don't remember it right now. We'll see. Alright, Kaveh. Enter all hate them some. Cool.
All Hatham isn't in, so...
Brings out a box and dusts it off. Cool. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. I'm happy
Moved
for
to
her.
Fontaine.
Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things?
Is that a drawing?
Oh, obviously I wouldn't call... Now that
Why
I've
do
said
you
that out
say that?
loud, I suppose I do have some level. Criticism and self-doubt have always... I admit that I
Yeah.
may have... Anyway... my building blocks!
Oh.
Oh, I was super
Cool.
proud. Unfortunately, my mother...
This is a funny story. And what happened after
My
that?
mother took me with her to... She didn't scold me about... Let's see. Is there anything else left in this
The
box?
journal.
Huh.
A notebook with a lock?
This is my mother's notebook. She used to write... When I was a child, I used to... Huh.
Well,
Wonder
you could
why
open
she-
it and take a look.
If only I could. I
Even
never
after
managed-
all those
Hey,
years?
It's not a matter of time. Who knows? Maybe this time something
birthday?
will... I could tell what you were thinking. I've tried my name. I've even tried stuff. I wouldn't try that route again.
Then maybe we should just put it aside for now, right? Forgot about that.
Yeah, you're right. Although I was hoping to find some words of wisdom from my mother, if I stop and think about it, her words may not be the advice that I need to hear right at this moment.
Well,
Everyone's
that was
life
the
journey
thing.
is different. Traveler,
You know my name.
visited many
Why didn't you say
lands
Traveler?
and met many people, so I'm sure you've run into situations where some advice wasn't exactly suitable for the situation at hand. I just got an idea, though.
Oh?
If I want to rekindle the creative passion that I had before, instead of trying to unlock an old notebook,
Oh?
why don't I take a walk around the parts of town that had changed my life?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
I'm glad you agree. Then let's start by taking a quick stroll around the academia.
Let's go. We don't get to see the box, but whatever. Go to the House of Dana. Cool. Up the... Well, it's not stairs. The... ramp? Is that what you would call this? Ramp? I'm not sure what I would call this. I guess ramp is the best word I can think of. Because it's not stairs. You would not call these stairs. But ramp fits. Well, these are stairs. Let's go to the library, aka House of Dana. Enter the House of Dana. Is that how you pronounce it? I think that's how it's pronounced. I couldn't actually tell you. It is a pure guess. Cool. Oh, right here.
Of all the places in the academia, I remember this one most. When
Why
my
is that?
studies got busy, I used to pull all-nighters here trying to finish my blueprints.
You sound like you almost miss it.
Who doesn't miss their time at the academia? Life was a lot simpler then, and we all had far less troubles.
Okay,
I created many designs that I thought were beautiful in the House of Dana. I drew whatever came to mind, since I didn't have to care about budget constraints or turning them into reality.
Why did you like to draw in the House of Dana?
If I had to give a reason, it'd probably be because I like the ambiance here. The
Well,
academia
I
also
can
had
see
a
that.
rule that allowed scholars to annotate any physical books they
Oh.
came across. As a result, the books here are chock full of scholars' wisdom across many generations.
Huh, is that not a rule anymore? Because you said had a rule. Where are we going? Probably to look at a book. Look at a book with all the scholars' inspiration.
Oh, here, this is a great example.
Oh.
This book, History of Ancient Sumeru Architecture, contains some analysis that I did many years ago.
Oh. Huh.
Huh? Why is Alhatham's handwriting
Oh my
also in
gosh.
here? When
You don't
did
need to-
he ever read this book?
You don't need to get mad every time you think of Alhatham.
I guess it's probably from when we worked on that research project together. Anyway, he probably never cared to tell you this, but the House of Dana is where Alhatham and I first met. I came here to do my homework, and saw him sitting by himself next to that row of bookshelves. A group of
Oh, that one?
Gravatat scholars were chatting near him, but he looked as if he was too lazy to join them. There was a pretty stark difference between him and all the rest of them.
Huh.
It was my fault for feeling bad for him.
Oh my
I thought
gosh.
he must have gotten into some kind of trouble and went over to ask if he needed anything, not realizing that...
Not realizing that you were in fact the one in a whole heap of trouble?
Alhatham?
Alhatham? Why are you here?
The house
Appears out of
is
nowhere.
Public space. Anyone can come here, no?
But shouldn't you be at the records room at this hour? You're not here to watch me make a fool of myself,
Oh my
are you?
gosh, Kaveh, you don't need to
You
assume
think
the
I would
worst of
derive
Alhatham.
amusement from watching you fall into depression over your life's various troubles? If that's the case, then I suppose I must have been entertaining myself for years. I came here to pick up a few files. If your voice hadn't managed to get through my soundproof earpieces,
Oh
I
my
probably
gosh.
wouldn't have noticed you.
All right. I admit I was probably overreacting just now.
Well, want to continue the story? I want to know what happens next.
Probably not when he's right here with us. As his senior, I shouldn't try to tarnish his reputation.
There was nothing embarrassing or shameful about it. When I was still a student at the academia, I once collaborated with Kaveh
Oh.
on a research project. A collaboration is usually beneficial for all parties, but due to issues with our
Usually.
personalities, we ended up going our separate ways before completing the project.
Yeah.
We had a number of differences, and they remain unresolved even today. But there's no point going into that right now. The more
yeah.
important question is, why are you at the House of Dana?
It's a public space. Can't anyone be here? Kaveh is feeling a little...
As a senior scholar, isn't it my responsibility to offer my friend a quick tour and explanation of the academia's architecture?
I see. Then let me guess. Your next stop will be the pavilions around Razan Garden?
Oh?
Our famed architect sure loves showing off that corner to all his friends. Oh, and Kaveh, a lot of the books you annotated have been moved to the innermost section of that bookshelf over there. You'll have to dig them out yourself.
Alhatham knows exactly what's going on.
Huh? But why would you know that? Don't tell me you finally had an epiphany and realized that there's great virtue in respecting your elders' work.
Gracias.
Sure, if that will give you some self-confidence. Leave any words of thanks you may have to the ex-Grand Conservator. The last
Who the
time he
heck
was
is
here,
that?
He was complaining that he had received reports from current students. The main grievance being that the annotations are too long and difficult to read. As a result, the books you annotated have been moved to the back shelves.
What? But all of my annotations were extremely important. Instead of reporting me, they should have been thanking me for my service. The notes that I took, they couldn't have asked for a better analysis of those books.
That's hilarious.
Okay, just you wait. I'm going to fix this right now. I'll dig all the books out and return them to the proper shelves.
Oh, we'll wait.
Waiting is about all we can do.
Anyway, you were about to say he's feeling a bit down?
He was put through the ringer recently by a particularly difficult client.
Put through the ringer. What an interesting phrase. I assume he used those exact words himself?
Not from my knowledge. No, I heard it from Hazo. Doesn't seem far from the truth, though.
He did suffer quite a bit, that's true. He always spends a lot of time editing his proposals, with the goal of satisfying as many of the client's preferences as possible. But the satisfaction of one client will not translate to general satisfaction with his work.
Yeah.
Many problems in life can only be solved by a fundamental change of attitude. As the leading genius of Ksharawar, Kaveh should have both the right and the confidence to reject any unreasonable demands.
True.
There are plenty of architects in Sumeru who are inferior to him in skill, yet far more irascible in temperament. What's more, there are plenty of people who look up to such individuals as paragons of staying true to one's principles.
Irascible. That's completely wrong. I guess I'll have to spell it out. Irascible. Having or showing a tendency to be easily angered. Huh. Oh, so the problem is with Kaveh?
Clearly, his predicament is inevitable, since he holds other people's feelings as more important than his own.
Yeah, I see that.
Of course, each person is different, and we should respect the paths that they have chosen for themselves. Admonitions will serve no purpose. People tend to succumb to familiar pitfalls, and this is especially true for those who believe it's their duty to carry more burdens on their shoulders.
I understand.
Looks like you were having an enjoyable chat while I was gone. Were you talking about me by any chance?
Yes, actually.
What do you think?
What else is there to talk about? Surely no one would be interested in talking about the files that you were browsing through earlier. Anyway, you should take a look at this. Look at this comment on page 82. Dear Kaveh, thank you so much for annotating this book in such detail. It was a great help to me. See that? Now that's how a student should treat their seniors.
And it looks like you're already in a much better mood now. It really doesn't take much to make you happy, huh?
I mean...
Me? Happy?
Oh my gosh.
I'm mocking that retired blockhead for being so full of himself. He understands nothing about the true beauty of architecture. When I can find some time, I'll have a serious talk with him about making sure these books are put where they belong.
Why don't you just move all the books yourself? It's not like he hasn't cursed you out before. What was that nickname he gave you while you were in the academia? The Urchin of Ksharawar?
Wait.
What? Kaveh had a habit of scribbling and writing in all kinds of books.
That's...
Hey! You didn't need to bring that up. At least not when I'm still standing here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, actually, I also found a really old sketch in one of the books over there. See? Doesn't it remind you of something?
An arch bridge? I don't really get it. Uh-huh.
Huh? Don't tell me even you don't get it.
I don't understand.
Don't ask me. This is the time you specifically put aside to brag about yourself. Feel free to hoard all the spotlight you want.
You? In that case, allow me to explain. Although this sketch is a little abstract, you can plainly see from the road plans that this was an original concept for the expansion of Port Ormos.
Oh.
We can also plainly see that the designer was a huge fan of this project. It's the project he loves to talk about the most, second to the Palace of Alcazar's Array.
If I don't keep bringing up the neat projects that I've done, how would anyone know that I was the one who did them in the first place?
I mean, fair enough.
There shouldn't be any complaints about Port Ormos. If I remember correctly, the construction process was very smooth, everything was made ready ahead of time, and there were very few safety concerns.
I mean, that's the
There
best you can hope for.
are indeed no records of any complaints about this project. A most impressive achievement.
You sound sarcastic.
See? What did I tell you? Come on, let's take a stroll through Port Ormos next. I'll tell you all about the designs I made for the place.
Are you gonna come too, Alhaitham?
No need. It's almost time to clock out for the day, and I don't intend on bringing any unfinished work home.
That's fair.
Suit yourself. It's not like you know how to appreciate artistry anyway. Let's go, traveler. I'll take you to Port Ormos.
Okay, then. Well, let's go. Follow Kaveh to Port Ormos. I'm teleporting there. I am not following him. This is the closest I'm get to following him. I mean, to be fair, you can't really follow him in the first place. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. We're teleporting, and that's that. That's all you need to know. So is this the place that he designed? This bridge? I never would have guessed that it was Kaveh, but to be fair.
Ormos.
Did you design one of the buildings here?
No, I didn't design any one specific building. Most of my work here concerned structural renovation.
Oh?
Port Ormos had already existed since I was still a young child. It wasn't as large as it is now, though. It only came to its current size after a sizable expansion. I was part of that project.
Nice.
The arch bridge over there, for example. That was one of my designs.
You mean... Oh. Are we not on that bridge? How did you come up with the idea for it?
When I was first tasked with the project, I decided to reference the growth patterns of nearby trees to split Port Ormos into 2 levels. My goal was to improve the overall utilization of space. We ran into a lot of issues during construction, but thankfully, we were still able to achieve the original vision.
That's nice.
Residents can now behold all the ships entering and leaving the harbor from the vantage point of the bridge, while visitors can recognize the site of Port Ormos from a long ways away.
I mean, that's
I was
partly
still young
partly the
and
tree.
new to the trade back then. I could hardly believe that an idea in my head could become reality and remain in the world for many years to come.
Well, now you have multiple things to your name.
Cornerstone of the creative process. The point about the design that will be ultimately used to judge its true worth. It was the first time that it became crystal clear in my mind. Once built, a building will continue to stand. Countless people will see it, and countless more will step inside it. Its final worth, whether it's good or bad, will be assessed by the countless generations of people that interact with the building during their lives.
That's nice. I'm sure the residents of Port Ormos really enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool.
You think so? I'm glad to hear that. But even with this project, I still had one small regret.
Oh?
My budget was tight, and I was unable to use the higher quality timber I had originally intended for the design. I knew that some concessions on aesthetics would be needed as soon as I agreed to a proposal that prioritized the practical functions of the project.
It's weird hearing like different
Us
voice
creative
lines
types
than
know
what's
better
the
than
text.
anyone that most projects cannot be completed without a few regrets. Even the Palace of Alcazarzare was not perfect.
But having no regrets would also mean you had no higher hopes for the future.
Yeah, you're right. I should learn to look toward future opportunities and believe that any regrets I have can be overcome in time.
I really like
We've spent
Kaveh.
long enough here. There's
He's
still
nice.
one last place I want to go, but it's a little far. Would you be interested in a quick trip to the desert?
I wouldn't mind.
Great. Most of my projects over the last few years have had something to do with the desert, partially because there's a special place there that I often visit.
Oh?
This is a rare opportunity, so why don't you come along and see it for yourself? If you
Sure.
ever feel down, maybe you'll be able to go there and feel better too.
Cool. Well, let's go. Where? Over. Oh. Gracias. The first ideal, the dune of magma. it's not very easy to see with the teleport waypoint and the quest marker. This is the second thin Oreo that Devin has given me throughout this stream. I think throughout this particular part of the quest, too. Or hangout event, I guess. I'm gonna need to be quick with editing that Lenny video.
Who would have thought that so many primal constructs could have congregated here while I was gone? We won't be able to sit and talk peacefully with these guys around. Let's clear the area.
Yes, let's. It's weird to press the 5 button.
Everyone hold hands! Hold the line!
Site clear!
Hahaha. Ow!
Illusion shattered!
Oh, they're already all dead. Okay, then. My team is
Isn't this place
strong,
great?
I'll be honest.
I often come here to clear my mind when I'm dealing with a difficult situation.
You made
You
this?
know what I mean. Everyone finds themselves in frustrating situations once in a while.
It's hard to believe, I'll be honest.
Just take me as an example. My family life got shaken up quite a bit when I was young. I struggled in school, and I got into a huge pile of debt building the Palace of Alcazarzaray.
Yeah.
Although Al-Haytham thinks that it's because of my personality that I continue to live in the shadow of the past, I think it's also just a part of life.
A lot of...
Plus, if I look back, I've honestly had my fair share of good luck as well.
I mean, a lot of things are life, but a lot of things are also personality. You don't realize how much you can affect your situation. It's kind of weird. There's a lot that goes into everything that happens, so it's yeah, freaking butterfly effect.
You could probably say I've followed in the path of my mother. Like her, I've gained a name for myself as an architect, built something that's seen as my magnum opus, and found many projects that others have entrusted to me to finish.
Yep. You also haven't completely lost your passion for life.
Life is too boring when you live with no enthusiasm and passion. Only those who believe in the inherent meaning of it can capture the small nuances of everyday life and turn them into inspiration for beautiful designs.
This is why
of course,
I want to do
I will
art
concede
at some
that
point,
loving
but
something also means taking it to heart.
I do need to do more
So to
art
an
more
extent,
consistently.
caring is also a source of pain. If I
yeah.
didn't love my work, I wouldn't be so torn up about it all the time. But still, isn't this place beautiful? Despite the erosion from the winds and changing seasons, you can still perceive its past beauty and glory. With different landforms come different architectural styles. The desert's history has left it with few records regarding its buildings, so I often visit the desert to investigate things in person.
Yeah,
the site
that's
here
fair.
has moved me ever since the first time I laid my eyes on it. I told myself that one day, I would also be able to create buildings that move others.
I mean, I feel like
My
you've
pain
kind of succeeded
will
in
one
that.
day fade into nothing, just as I've reached the end of my life. But buildings are different.
Buildings can
They are
last
far more
for so
valuable
long.
than most materialistic things, and far more durable than human flesh. As long as there remain souls in the world who can decipher the meaning behind them, they will also have acknowledged me across the vast stream of time.
Yeah.
If you were to ask me what art is, that would be my answer.
No, that's more like the Kaveh I know.
You think so? But I feel I've always been like this.
Exactly.
Remember that question I brought up before? The one about whether I should see art as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or as a product of my own existential struggle. I still haven't found an answer to that yet. But if art wasn't inherently paradoxical and enigmatic, then people probably wouldn't be drawn to it.
Pun.
Those who pursue art will be unable to avoid the pain that it naturally brings.
Yeah.
Will often be floating on cloud 9 one second, and sinking in a mire the next. I'll try gathering my thoughts again once I've found a way to define art in the first place. In any case, thank you so much for listening to everything I had to say.
No problem. speaking of art, one thing. What was the thing? Beneath the stars, my pain will one day fade into nothing, just as I reach the end of my life, but my buildings will endure. Speaking of art, I have a bunch of emotes made by Val, so check them out. On twitch.tv/AmethystPenguinLive. You can see them there, kind of. Whatever. Anyways, I think if we do... I guess I clicked in the blank area to close. What's the achievement I got? Chat about the future with Kaveh in the desert. I've recently got the last one for Layla's. She's already tense. Help Layla finish her thesis without causing her further anxiety. I did that one off stream. It was simple. I'm not sure what the other achievement is going to be, because there's always 2 hidden achievements. But hopefully I get it naturally. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Because I'll probably do it off stream if I don't get it naturally. I mean, I can try. But, no. Here. Look at that. Alright. Tavern heart to heart again. Let's go back. Cool. The 6th proposal. I gotta fill up my punch again. Hold on. You go through a lot more hydration, whatever you want to call it, when you're talking a lot. Can confirm. Talking just dries your mouth out. Cool.
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
Are you alright?
Oh, actually, while we're on that, what are
I
you
followed
doing
you
here? Stress is just an inescapable part of being a working adult. Boss, do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
I'll have a glass of juice.
Wine in a glass of...
Wine and a glass of juice. Coming right up.
I know you're already keeping a secret.
Yes, I can keep a secret for you.
Other glass, please.
You've got it.
I'm guessing this is like
Perhaps getting
maybe it's time for a career change. Is that what
of this makes
the other
boss
path
the meaning of anyway?
you want to do?
What do you think?
What do you? I honestly have no idea.
No worries. It was just an offhand question. It's been bothering me for a while. Even when I'm awake, the question haunts me like a bad dream. I still haven't found a good answer to it. Or maybe there was never a correct answer in the first place.
I mean, I would say there's not a correct answer in the first place. Let's do something else and clear your mind.
Sounds great to me.
How about looking into another career?
A different career. I see.
Telling drunk
That's
Kaveh,
not a bad idea.
why don't you look into a different career?
I think I've heard a saying somewhere before. 80% of a working adult's woes are due to not having enough mora in the bank.
Isn't that?
It's just a saying, of course,
really?
but even I will admit that my life would be a lot better if I could make additional mora. And if I want to make mora, I should finish that ridiculous commission. But I really can't find it in me to go back and talk to him right now. Hold on.
Well,
I just remembered that I used to have a senior classmate by the name of Alkami. If memory serves me right,
Alkami.
He's no longer taking private commissions, but he's still doing pretty well for himself. Maybe I'll be able to get some advice from him. Yeah, I should get on this right away. No more wine for me today. I'll grab the bill and be on my way.
Alright, cool. Go to... Okay, Port Ormuz. Okay, I'm just teleporting there. I don't care. Maybe I'll teleport here, actually. That might be faster. I can glide down. Cool. Here we go. Whee! What did I just... you know what? I won't question it. I won't even question it. Cool. Alright. Alkami! Ignore me plunging down from above. I'm not a god, I swear.
Kaveh, it's you! It's been a while. What have you been up to recently?
Yeah, it's been a long time, Alkami.
Hi.
Things haven't changed much for me. I'm still taking private commissions for all kinds of projects.
I heard that you were the genius behind the Palace of Alcazazare. I bet you're all set for Mora after a project of that size.
Well, it's hard to make a profit from every project, you know?
Hard to make a profit? You've got to be joking. I've never met an architect who didn't make a profit from a project.
Oh gosh.
Unless the client fled before they paid the commission fee in full. But that doesn't sound right either. Doesn't Dory have a pretty decent reputation in our local business circles? I don't think she's ever been involved in any kind of big scandal.
Well, about that. I mean, it was complicated.
I understand. Yeah. Either way, doing one project after another sure gets exhausting over the years, huh? I've been there, so I can feel your pain.
I feel your pain.
I obviously never had your reputation to live up to. That must have been stressful. But I'm sure we faced all the same problems. Trying to keep your client in a good mood while you're trying to stop them from micromanaging things they don't know the first thing about. I don't miss it.
Yeah.
Thankfully, that's all behind me now.
Did you start a new career?
Not exactly. My work is still closely related to architecture.
But
judging
not
from the look on your face,
architecture.
you're still strapped for Mora. That's quite unfortunate. You're the most artistically gifted graduate the Kasharawar Darshan has seen in decades. But it looks like you still have a lot to learn in terms of making Mora.
Yes.
With that said, us Kasharawar grads should still look out for each other. What if I told you about an idea that'll absolve you of all your Mora troubles going forward?
Yes, that is what we're here for.
Are you serious? But something like that has got to be some kind of top-level business secret. Are you sure you can just share something like that with me? Besides, I don't want to just take something like that without offering anything in return. I still have a little more. Or is there something that I can help you with?
Oh, you're too kind. This is just a simple tip. Even if I didn't bring it up, I'm sure you'd hear it from the others sooner or later.
From
the idea is
the others? Oh.
I recently opened up a training center with the goal of educating people in architecture design.
Oh.
Compared to the classes taught by those old fossils at the academia, my classes are more condensed and streamlined and will allow people to quickly get their foot in the door. Unlike the academia, I won't turn down anyone who's interested, rich or poor. As long as someone wishes to learn more about architecture, I'll accept them into my training center. It just so happens that I'm still looking for a few more instructors. So, what do you say? Interested in coming?
I don't
over
know what
to give a
Kaveh
few
is going to
lectures?
think about this.
Regardless of the
I
pay.
have no
I
clue.
can already guarantee that it'll be far more comfortable than working on random people's private commissions.
Ah, so you want me to join you as an instructor? That does sound like something I'd be able to do. Sounds like a pretty stable job, too. What do you think, Traveler?
At least you won't have to deal with clients anymore. I think you can give it a go.
Then it's a deal.
Yes,
think so.
it's a deal. Thank you, Alkami.
Cool.
Like I said, there's no need to thank me for this. The lecture room is not far from here, so you can just come straight here tomorrow morning.
Cool.
As for the pay, how about we start at 300,000 Mora per lecture?
Nice.
300,000? Are you serious? How could you offer so much?
It would seem that you're still oblivious to your own economic worth. 300,000 is nothing compared to the prestige of having the Light of Kasharawar as one of my instructors.
That's right, he is called the Light of
300,000 is
Kasharawar.
also just the base rate. Just trust me on this. The longer you stick with me, the more you'll come to understand your true value in the market.
I feel like
have
you're
to go
trying
make
to
some
use him,
preparations
but
See you tomorrow.
you're also offering him a lot, so...
I was never particularly close with Alkami when we were in school. Who would have thought that he'd be so nice and friendly? I've hosted free lectures before, but this would be my first time being hired to lecture for a formal business. 300,000 mora per lecture. Whew. I'm so excited that I'm starting to get nervous.
That's quite a bit of mora. I'll join you for the lecture.
Thanks so much. I think I will be able to relax a bit more with a friend in the audience.
Great.
Now, what should I talk about tomorrow? Some lessons I've learned over the past few years? I should probably save those for later.
Huh.
For my first lecture, I should start by getting them more interested in the field. Alright,
Yeah.
let's meet here again tomorrow morning. I should hurry home and create some kind of lesson plan.
Cool.
If I'm going to become an instructor, I should make sure I show up prepared.
Yes, I wish you luck, Kaveh. Good luck. Wait until after 7 o'clock the following day. So 24 hours, got it. I know I didn't need to go the full 24 hours, but I mean, might as well. I feel like I would have wasted more time just nitpicking the time than just going all at it. It's not that much longer anyways. Go to the training center. It's literally here. Alkami, hello.
Oh, I didn't expect you two to get here so early.
I wouldn't be up
I
at
was
not
up
at
last
7
night
a.m.
preparing for the lecture, but I ended up getting so excited that I couldn't fall asleep.
Oh gosh.
Here, I prepared a lesson plan. Do you want to take a look?
Kaveh.
Lesson plan.
You need sleep, Kaveh.
I must commend you for your dedication. But the training center has already developed its own set of teaching materials. Instead of using your own plan, you can just use what we have here. Of course, you're always welcome to work in some of your own content to add some fun and flavor.
Can I take a look at your materials?
Sure. Be my guest.
I'm not. Materials cover a variety of architectural knowledge. At first glance, nothing appears to be amiss.
It's almost time for the lecture to start. Feel free to head in and start the class whenever you're ready.
Huh. So you've already developed your own set of teaching materials. Seems like I won't need the stuff I've prepared after all. Anyway, shouldn't be a problem. I'll just go ahead and use your materials.
Something's gonna be wrong, isn't it? Something has to be wrong.
There's something else I want to ask, though. This isn't going to be a large class, is it?
No need to stress. There are only 20 people in this class. There are 14 classes at my training center.
Oh boy.
Out of all of them, the first class has the best grades, so I've directed them to you. We'll see how well they take to your lectures.
Alright.
20 people, huh? Alright. I think I can handle that.
Cool.
Oh, and one last thing. In the interest of keeping a quiet learning space, only instructors and students are allowed in the classroom when class is in session. I'm sorry to say this, but your friend will have to wait outside while you teach the class.
It's okay. I was thinking about taking a walk anyway.
Sorry about that. I'll meet you at the door when the class is over then.
Okay. Is Alkami really as nice as he seems? I should probably ask around a bit. He's sus. He's very sus now. Gather some information on Alkami.
Hey there. Can I help you?
Do you know a man by the name of Alkami?
Oh, Alkami? You mean that rich guy who's been making quite the name for himself? Yeah, he commissioned a set of furniture from me a while back. Paid a great deal of mora for it, too.
Interesting.
I heard he earned a fortune working as a renowned architect. Now he's opened a training center so others can follow in his footsteps.
Something doesn't seem right.
if the tuition wasn't sky high, I'd enroll my child in a heartbeat. Architecture really sounds like a lucrative profession.
A deal.
Did you hear? Alchemy recruited Kaveh to be an instructor.
I bet that'll boost his enrollment numbers.
Oh.
Really makes you jealous, eh?
Huh?
If you think about it, Alchemy was never that talented himself as an architect. If we're just talking about professional skill, no one would pay for a class with him.
So what's
That's
up with him
true,
then?
But you've got to admit, his advertisements are really effective. After all, the academia only admits those that can pass its entrance exam. So only a few people could hope to study architecture in the halls of the Kasharwar. For those who can't pass the exam, or who just want to jump straight into the industry, the training center is the best bang for the Mora.
Man, to have that kind of business acumen.
I still don't trust him. Before long, Kaveh's class is over. Oh gosh.
All right, everyone. There's no need to be nervous. Class is over, so we can just chat for a bit. I shouldn't have lost my temper during the lecture. Did I scare anybody?
Uh-oh.
No, you weren't scary at all, Mr. Kaveh. We were just a bit lost and didn't get what you were talking about.
Did something happen, Kaveh?
Oh, don't get me started. I was trying to use Alchemy's materials, so I flipped through some pages and gave them a closer look. The more I read, the more upset I became.
Oh?
Alchemy may fool an amateur, but he can't fool anyone who's active in our profession. The materials he made are completely useless for teaching real architecture.
Why do you say that?
In my opinion, the most important skill of an architect is their ability to craft a design. In other words, they must be able to conceptualize ideas. There are tens of thousands of buildings in the world, as well as a countless number of architectural styles. Some designs emphasize aesthetics, while others prioritize practicality. The architects who can critically evaluate the quality and fit of different designs are those who can come up with great designs of their own. But you won't get any of that from the teaching materials they're using here.
Why is
All
that?
these students are doing in class is rote memorization of existing designs. They are learning nothing about the underlying principles. How can they expect to become real architects? When they're done with this class, all they'll become are dilettantes with a pitiful smattering of architectural knowledge.
But Mr. Kaveh, we didn't really understand anything you said after you threw away the materials either. What's the big deal anyway? It's not like we're looking to make some works of art. We just want to make some Mora.
And that's...
You're
oh my
studying
gosh.
architecture to make Mora?
Maybe you should go into some other profession then.
Why else would we be studying here? My biggest dream is to become someone like Mr. Alchemy. Once I finally make my fortune in architecture, I'll be able to buy anything I like.
Uh-oh.
In that case, I'm afraid you'll probably be disappointed. The reality is that the work of an architect is very difficult, and the pay is not lucrative at all. Believe me, I'm a perfect example.
Kind of true.
But how? Mr. Alchemy just told us last night that you made a killing by building the Palace of Alcazarzaran.
That's a lie.
He also said that as long as we graduate from his class, waves upon waves of people will
He's
reach
a
out to
scammer.
us with private commissions, and we can just sit back and wait for Mora to fill up our pockets. It won't be long before
Yeah.
I can put these miserable days behind me.
You're a kid.
Come on.
Oh my gosh.
And you all believed everything he said?
But Mr. Alchemy is really rich, isn't he?
You...
Yeah, but I have no clue why.
It's pointless trying to argue this with you right now. You've already filled your heads with pipe dreams. Let's go, Traveler. Let's hear about Alchemy's true plans from the man himself.
Yeah. Let's confront him. Where is he? Up here? Great. Alchemy, what's up, man?
What's wrong, Kaveh? You look quite flustered. Did one of my students offend you?
It was your material
Were the
that offended
students
you.
not astute enough for your liking? I must implore you to go a bit easier on them. After all, they're nothing like the genius scholars you're used to dealing with at the academia. We don't need to strive for perfect understanding. As long as some knowledge
is a
has been
much better
passed on,
class than
that's
this.
good enough.
Yeah, I'm mad at them. But I'm even more upset that you're scamming people under the guise of teaching them about architecture. The students are all here hoping for a quick way to make money. But we both know that an architect's life is hard and exhausting.
Yeah.
Just a little while ago, I was toiling over the 6th draft of a design for a client. If your client is unhappy, you can't break ground. And the longer a project goes, the longer it takes for you to get paid in full. What's worse, if your client disappears in the middle of a project, good luck getting anything from them ever again.
Yeah.
You know all of this just as well as I do. Why lie to them?
To make some quick money.
Look, Kaveh, you may be the light of Kasharawar, but like I said, you still have a lot to learn about making Mora. You may
You're
deny it all you
scamming
want,
people.
but it's a fact that in today's Sumeru, architecture is a terrible profession. Our clients care very little for the effort we pour into our designs. Instead of appreciating us, they spend all their time nitpicking details and demanding changes, often forcing all kinds of ridiculous ideas onto us.
Yeah.
I suppose that's more or less true. Go on.
Why should we cling on to a profession that's difficult and unrewarding? If the field is dying, then a person who still wants to make a good living will just have to change their strategy. If it's near impossible to make money as an architect, then why not just establish a training center and train other people to become architects in our stead?
You're not even
Wait,
teaching
how does
them
that make any sense? Aren't you just leading them into the same trap?
Yeah, that too.
We are already stuck, my friend. The more people we can lead into this pit and stack as padding beneath our feet, the more comfortable our lives will be.
So instead of making money from architecture, you made your money from your students?
That's right. Making money as an architect is a slow and agonizing process. In comparison, earning tuition from a training center is far easier. None of the students will ever know, however. In their eyes, all of my income was earned during my years as an architect. It's easy for them to fall for my promise. After all, everyone wants to live the dream of being the person who can spend millions without batting an eye. The more students I have, the more money I earn. And the more real that dream becomes.
Yeah.
And then what? Once they graduate, they'll still find out the truth about architecture and struggle to stay afloat amid all the problems we already talked about.
Yeah.
When that happens, your facade will pop like a soap bubble. No one will believe you anymore.
Ah, but that's just one way to look at the problem. No two people have the same amount of talent. Even if they fail to strike gold in the future,
you are a horrible person.
You can't say that it's my fault and mine alone. Oh, and also, I never actually promised that they would achieve financial freedom as long as they become architects. All I did was nudge them towards that belief.
Yeah,
I'm not even scared if they do come back and stir up trouble.
Sino.
My training center has all the required permits and certifications. Even the Dendro Archon herself couldn't find fault in any part of my business.
Are you sure?
How can you sleep at night knowing that you're doing all this? Tell me, is your heart carved out of brick and stone?
Yeah.
I can't believe that I once saw you as a decent human being. I am beyond disappointed in you.
Me too.
And the same goes to you. How many years has it been since you graduated from the academia? If you still can't accept something like this, do you just plan on keeping that worthless naivete of yours until the end of time?
I can't just sit and watch. I can't just sit idly by
revered and sacred.
as you scam people.
In the end, art is just another business. Being successful at running a business is an art form in itself. I urge you to think about what I've said. Offloading your pain onto others is the only way a person can live comfortably.
Someone knock this man off his high horse.
You've accumulated plenty of fame and respect. It's high time that you use those resources to improve the circumstances of your own life. Think it over, Kaveh. I still believe our collaboration could be very fruitful.
I had high hopes for you, Alkami. What do you plan to do next?
I'm so mad. I feel a headache coming on. There's nothing more I can say to him. I'll resign from my position as instructor.
You'll give up the Mora?
Of course. I'm sure you've realized that as long as I remained at this center, he would be able to use my name to advertise this place. Even if I just sit back and do nothing, others will be deceived and suffer because of me.
Yeah.
He is right about one thing, though. These kinds of training centers are everywhere. And even if the academia was to find out about it, it's unlikely that they would take any real action against it.
Yeah.
The most that they could accuse him of is false advertising. And even that would be hard to prove.
There's something strange about all of this.
Oh? Did you notice something else?
Some of the students didn't appear to be very wealthy. Not everyone should be able to pay such exorbitant tuition fees.
Yeah, you've got a point. The rate he gave me was 300,000 mora per lecture. That probably came out of the students' tuition. And who knows just how much he's been charging the students for attending his classes. If you're gambling everything on making it rich as an architect, are you really going to have the mora to pay for that kind of tuition?
We can try asking the students.
Right. We should hurry. The students didn't believe a word I was telling them. They're still daydreaming about making millions. We're never going to get any information from them again if we let Alkami talk to them first. Let's move now before he's had the chance to react.
Yes, let's go. Please. Collect information from the tuition, or of the tuition.
Oh, Mr. Kaveh? What are you doing back here?
Class finished a while ago, but you're still here. Why haven't you gone home?
I wanted to stay for a little longer. I'm still thinking about everything you taught during the class. Even though a lot of it went right over my head, I still thought the houses you drew were really pretty.
Of course they were. All the examples I drew were world-famous landmarks. Each one was the magnum opus of a celebrated architect. It's a good thing that you could recognize them for their beauty. The accumulation of knowledge is the first step to artistic expression. Instead of rote memorization, you should try to relate and to understand. And after that, try to resonate with the work.
Resonate?
Yes.
Connect with it.
When I first got into architecture, there were many things about it that I couldn't understand at all. I would find a building to be beautiful, but have no idea what made it so good. And for most people, just being able to admire a building is enough. To become a good architect, however, you must also learn to assess and appraise.
Yes.
Going from admiration to assessment will take a lot of time and specialized knowledge, and I'm afraid that some superficial speed training won't be enough to take you there.
Yeah.
Just as I thought. Becoming an architect won't be as easy as Mr. Alkami made it out to be, right?
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to crush your dreams. All I want to tell you is that an architect's life is not as carefree and easy as others may make it out to be.
I mean, to be fair, that's
I
like any
understand.
job.
Thank you for telling me the truth, Mr. Kaveh. I think I'll still stay here for the time being, though, since my family still hasn't paid everything off.
What do you mean?
Paid off what?
Sorry, I can't say anything more. Mr. Alkami made it very clear that anyone who talks about it will be kicked out of the class.
Don't listen to him. I am the most famous architect in Sumeru. If he kicks you out, then I'll just take you in instead.
Really?
Why would I pull your leg? I can see you have some talent.
And
so as
some,
long as you get your
and
fundamentals
he
down,
wants the.
you should be able to pass the
seems
entrance
to
exam
like it.
and continue your studies at the academia.
Then please keep this a secret for me, Mr. Kaveh. Truth be told, my family is not very well off, so we couldn't really afford the tuition for this class.
As expected.
Mr. Alkami was the one who reached out to my parents. He told them that he knew a merchant by the name of Bahar and that we could get a loan from him. He told all the students that once we graduate, people would come flocking to commission us for projects. If everything went well, we'd be able to pay off everything in just a few years, and all the more we make after that would be ours.
Yeah.
How much did your family borrow from this merchant?
I think it was several million mora.
And what was the interest rate?
I'm not really sure. My parents were the ones who signed the contract. All I know is that the stack of papers was as thick as a slab of rock.
Looks like we need to find his parents. Something doesn't feel right about all of this.
Yeah, I have a bad feeling too. Something about the whole thing feels dastardly familiar. We need to find that merchant to confirm. But if we were to confront him right now, there's no way he'd admit to anything.
We can pretend to be potential customers.
Good idea. Hey, tell me, do you know where we'd be able to find this merchant?
Yes,
We
please.
last saw him on the north shore of Port Ormos. Who knows if he's still in that area, though.
Well, it'd still be worth
yeah.
taking a look.
Worth a look.
Architecture... No. The arts shouldn't be used as bait for a scam.
Yes.
We need to do something before the students' lives are ruined even further.
I agree, Kaveh. Alright, cool. Where are we going? That's the wrong direction. Right, North Port Ormos. This is over here. Wow. We can travel pretty quickly over here with just this. Cool. Are you this mysterious merchant? Monsieur Fucker? Yep, it is. I don't remember how the name was pronounced.
I don't think I've ever seen you guys before. Here for business?
You're
Yes.
Fahar, right?
Fahar.
Yes. May I ask who introduced you?
Alkami. My friend here wants to enroll in his architecture class, but they're a bit short on money. Alkami told us you're the man to go to in this kind of situation.
That's right. I'm really interested in architecture.
Oh, sounds like his business is booming. How much do you need?
Let me see. I'd say around 3 million mora.
Oof. You call that a bit short on money? Anyway, since you're here because of Alkami, I can work things out for you. Make sure you sign the contract, though. Lots of people are borrowing money from me nowadays.
What contract?
Ah, here you go. Don't worry, there's nothing particularly unusual about it. All you need to do is pay back the loan in full within 3 years.
Cool.
And what if they won't be able to pay it back?
What do you mean, won't be able to pay it back? Once you graduate from Alkami's place, you'll be making millions of mora a year. Easy! At that point, paying this off will be a piece of cake.
Well, what if
And even
they
if
forget?
you were to run into some difficulties and need to delay the installments, it's no big deal. We're all reasonable people here. If you can't pay quickly, you can just pay it back over a longer period. All that would change is your interest rates would get a little higher. It's hard work running a business. If we're taking risks to supply you with mora, it's only fair that you take on a bit of the financial risk as well. Anyway, there's no point in tying yourself in knots over the contract. With the way you're reading every single line, it's like you're worried you're about to get scammed out of your whole life savings. Why would I lie to you? Tons of students at Alkami's place have signed the contract. Aren't they all doing pretty well for themselves?
Yes, they are.
I just did some calculations in my head. When you say the interest will get a little higher, do you mean it'll get higher than 30%? Of course, the contract did a great job of trying to obfuscate that fact. It only listed the amount that you'll have to repay every day, which gives the false impression that the amount hasn't actually increased by all that much. If you actually do the math, however, it's clear that the amount you need to pay on interest alone will amount to hundreds of thousands of mora per year. Most people can't even make that much mora in a year. Your greed really knows no bounds. Even my creditor doesn't dare to raise rates that high. Once a family signed on to a scheme like this, there's no getting out.
What are you trying to say, huh?
The marshal will happily answer that question.
I figured something was off when two well-dressed people came looking for a loan. Think you got the better of me? Too many people are sticking their noses where they don't belong these days. Luckily for me, though, this is a pretty secluded spot. Hey, come out and teach these guys a lesson!
Hey.
Eremites. I've already fought off more than my fair share of them when I was working in the desert. There are only a few of them, so they shouldn't pose much of a threat. Marak, you're up.
Let's see if Kaveh can handle this all on his own.
That's close enough. Come at me.
There's really only a few of them. Ah. Hahaha.
Scanning.
Okay, I can't do this. I can't take this long. The only tricks I have up my sleeve is a whole lot of death for you.
You want this one.
Capture the merchant.
Who are you and what do you want?
He's the renowned architect
I don't think
Kaveh.
we've done anything to hurt or offend you. So why go this far to destroy my livelihood?
Debt has the power to upend your whole life. I know very well just how miserable living in debt can be. But my debts are the culmination of many different factors, and my interest rate is still somewhat reasonable. As long as I continue to work with my situation in mind, my debts will eventually be paid off. But these students are different.
Yeah.
They have neither the mental preparation nor the financial resources to pay back a debt like this. You sold the dreams of becoming an architect to the students as bait, urging them to take on insurmountable amounts of debt to satisfy your greed.
Ha!
So
Everyone
greedy.
knows there's no such thing as a free lunch. It's their own fault for falling into the trap. And if
Not
we're
really
going
their
to talk
kids.
about greed, aren't those students the ones who are blinded by it? They completely ignore the risk that's right there in front of them.
That's no excuse for your actions.
Ha! And here comes the silver tongue. Surely you use that to reel in the students as well. Even now, many of them are still hopelessly dreaming of striking gold after they graduate.
Yeah.
People grow by learning from their mistakes. I hope this will be a valuable lesson to them. Let's head back to the academia and turn this guy over to the Matra. They should be able to link him with Alkami's business.
Cool. Perfect. You bring far to the academia. It is late. I need to go to bed soon. Second story.
Sino? Didn't think I would run into you here.
Oh.
My vacation just ended not too long ago, so I'm going over some cases at the academia. Who's this?
A criminal. You describe everything that's happened to Sino.
I see. Charging an interest rate over 30% indeed constitutes a crime. As it is highly likely that Alkami is also benefiting from this scheme, the Matra will open an investigation on him as well. The training center will be closed until further notice.
Perfect.
Any funds we manage to recover from the suspects will be returned to the students. It's unclear how much we'll be able to get back, however, given their extravagant spending.
True.
That should still be enough. Once the students realize the error of their ways, they won't fall so easily for such traps in the future.
Fool once, shame on me.
Thank you for your help. I hope this
Only
won't
once,
be too
shame on
much
you.
trouble
Only
for
twice,
you.
shame on me.
It's no trouble. Just another day at work. How did you two get tangled up in this anyway?
Alkami tried to hire Kaveh as one of his instructors.
Did you accept any mora from him?
He promised to pay me 300,000 mora per lecture, but I resigned as soon as I finished the first session. I didn't take a single coin.
Ah, that's good.
Otherwise, you could have been in trouble.
Hmm? What do you mean, that's good? Would you have taken me into custody as well if I had actually accepted any mora?
I wouldn't have gone that far. But, had he insisted that you were also an active participant in his schemes, under our rules, we would have been required to open an investigation on you as well. Either way, though, I believe you are innocent in all of this. Had you actually been alright with making money through less than noble means, your life wouldn't be the mess it currently is.
Hey, what was that? What do you mean my life is a mess?
Never mind. Your life is fine.
You're just messing with me now, aren't you?
Oh my gosh.
Let's get back to business. If Alkami's case can be successfully resolved, you'll be eligible for a monetary reward from the Academia.
Oh.
Don't forget to pick it up after the fact.
Oh.
Huh. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I never would have guessed. What I'm trying to say is that we didn't report Alkami because we thought we could make some more off of it.
The reward will be given regardless of your personal motivations. It was implemented with the intent of encouraging people to supply tips to the Matra.
Fair enough.
Fine.
Is there anything else?
I don't think so.
I want to go back to the training center one more time and talk to some of the kids.
Sure, but you should wait until tomorrow. My subordinates will shut down the center today and summon the students to gather information on the total amount of Mora they've lost in the scam.
All right, then I'll stay out of their way. I can talk to the kids tomorrow.
Cool.
I have a few other things to take care of, so I'll be off for now. If you want to follow up on this case, just come find me again.
Cool.
Or ask one of the Matra.
Can do.
That should finally be the end of that. Oh, who would have thought it would turn out like this? All I wanted was to find a new gig and earn some Mora. To think Alkami would sink this low, it still makes me really upset.
Yeah.
Still, I think I feel a little better now than when you found me back at the tavern.
Oh, how so?
It's a little ironic, but you could say it's because I've realized that there are many circumstances in the world that are even worse than my own. Now that I've seen such things firsthand, I suppose I've earned a new sense of appreciation for my life. How should I put it?
Cool.
I'm pretty stubborn when it comes to my profession, so I often argue with my clients.
Yeah.
The arguments are usually extremely frustrating, and every once in a while I'd wonder if I only became an architect because fate wanted me to pay for some sins I'd committed in a previous life. Alkami's suggestion would have allowed me to quit my life as an architect and earn money solely from my reputation. But now that I've experienced that for myself, I can confidently say that I'd never want to do it again.
And that's why he thinks you're too rigid when it comes to making Mora.
Every scholar has their own sense of pride and a line that they don't like to cross. Of course, when faced with the vicissitudes of life, some will surrender these things to seek a more comfortable life. I can understand that.
I can understand that too.
Just speaking for myself, though, I don't think that's something I'd ever be able to do. The voice in my heart would just keep repeating one thing. The moment I turn away from my dreams would be the moment my career ends.
Yeah.
If I stopped devoting everything to my creative activities, I'd be able to lead a more comfortable life. But at the same time, my sense of intuition and understanding for the arts would also begin to degrade. At that point, any materialistic ease I may have gained in life would just become another form of torment. In comparison, my current life comes with its share of difficulties, but at least I'd never have to deal with that kind of existential reckoning.
It's good to stay true to yourself.
I appreciate it. You may call me conceited for this, but I would also like to think I'm talented enough to be able to lead a decent life without compromising my pride.
That's good.
It's certainly not easy, but I want to keep at it.
I wish you the best of luck.
My thanks again for being such a great help throughout all of this. I'm planning to pay another visit to those kids tomorrow. Want to come with me?
Sure, I'll come.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow
so
then.
Late, though.
Get some good rest.
If only I could take a good rest before visiting you tomorrow. Oh gosh. Well, at least I don't have to spend a bunch of time waiting for time to pass because it's just before the end of the day. And go to the training center. Cool. It's very much about technicalities, so yeah. I may not even get to editing that Lenny video tonight. Well, I can at least get like, it's not hard to edit it. Why I'm going the complete wrong direction. My bad. But I should be able to edit it in time. I mean, it's not very long. I don't need to like make a thumbnail and upload it tonight. I just need to crop it and get it rendering so that I can work on uploading it tomorrow. I can work on the thumbnail tomorrow and more editing. So, woo. Gonna do Gonna be productive. Oh, speak with the students nearby.
I never would have guessed Mr. Okami was a scammer.
The training center has been shut down, and the Madra have promised to return some of our tuition. But we've already spent so much time on this class. What should we do next?
Mr. Kaveh said we can keep working on our fundamentals and try to get into the academia. Easier said than done. If it was easier to get into the academia, none of us would have signed up for the class in the first place.
If you take Kaveh's class,
the best of the best can get into the academia studying on their own.
But you won't be studying on your own.
Mr. Kaveh might be willing to teach us.
Why? What reason does he have to stick around?
So, you're the only ones that showed up today, huh?
Huh? Kaveh's here!
Yes, Kaveh's here.
Now, that's Mr. Kaveh to you. I'm here as your instructor, so let's keep things a little more proper. I'll keep instructing you for a while longer. You can pass on the message to the other students. As long as someone wants to come, they can join the class.
Free of charge.
Oh, also, I'm usually pretty busy, so I'll only be able to teach architecture fundamentals on my days off. Another disclaimer, I can't promise that you'll all be able to understand everything I'm going to teach.
Cool.
Architecture is not an easy profession. Aesthetics aside, even the basics of safe design can already be a handful for most people.
True.
If you want to design safe buildings, you'll have to go through a systematic study of structural engineering. And just as a heads up, all of this will be a huge step up from the superficial stuff you were learning before. It'll take both talent and perseverance to get through the course. I don't want to hear anyone say that I didn't warn you.
We'll try our best.
Great.
It seems some of you are really serious about this after all.
Yeah, not just in it for
All right,
the
everyone,
quick money.
pack your stuff up. No need to prepare much for today's class. We're going to go on a quick field trip.
Where to?
You'll know once we get there. Come on, let's get going. We'll be off once everyone's grabbed their pencils and sketch pads.
Cool. Follow Kaveh to the destination. I'm not looking at the map, so I don't know where it is. We'll see when we get there. Pretend we're following Kaveh here. I can walk 300 meters to whatever this location is. It seems like it's at the docks. So I'm guessing it's a building that's at the docks. Or at the port part of the port. Maybe a boat? Maybe the tree. Oh, no, I think it's that building. That building seems to be the thing. At least something that we'll be able to look at, so. I don't know. We'll see. Higher? What do you mean higher? Ah, yes, higher. Okay, yeah, it's definitely that building, for sure, right? Yeah, there we go. Cool.
This lighthouse has been around for a long time, and I handled its renovations when I first graduated from the academia. The point of today is not so much about the lighthouse as a building, however.
Oh?
I just want you to take a look at it and do a bit of self-reflection. If you were tasked today with designing a building, how would you want it to look like? Don't think about how you'd actually go about building it for now. Just put your ideas to paper and draw the prettiest building that comes to your mind.
Yes.
So, it can be, any kind of building?
Any kind.
As long as you think it'd look good. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a building. If you want, you can draw trees, the ocean, or even a garden area. Draw whatever you'd like.
What's the point of this exercise?
In my experience, it's best to approach the study of architecture from a point of personal interest, rather than for the sake of a career.
Yeah.
Both the study and practice of architectural design are extremely difficult. A person who's forced to work on projects that they don't resonate with will only struggle and suffer.
Yeah,
So
I
at
see
least
that.
for today, I hope the students will be able to create something that they enjoy. There's no need to
Yeah.
think about it too hard. They'll have plenty of time in the future to revisit the design and make changes.
That's
What do you
nice.
think? Want to try your hand at it as well? Don't forget that this is a free class from Mr. Kaveh, the Light of the Kasharawar. On a normal day, this would cost you 300,000 mora.
Not on a normal day. I might try that, at some point. Oh my gosh. That's adorable. Teapot. I didn't get the other achievement. I can quickly look it up and see what it is. But that is Kaveh's hangout event. The Pendulum of Weal and Woe. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do leave a like, subscribe for more, check out the links in the description, twitch.tv/AmethystFamingLives Live, and I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye! Alright, I gotta check out these achievements. I didn't get all of them, did I? No. What's the other one I'm missing? Because I'm missing one. Let me see. I don't have much time, but I want it. I'll take care of it later and off stream. Alright, cool. Well, that's it for today. Cool. That is... Wait, where is it? Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Let me restart that. That's going to be it for today's stream. If you enjoyed, please do drop a follow if you haven't already. Check out, exclamation point Discord and exclamation point YouTube. No? Exclamation point socials and exclamation point YouTube. Those are the links. That's it. Alright, cool. And I hope you guys did enjoy this stream. I enjoyed it. It is late, and I want to get that Linny video, going out, or able to go out soon. So, I'm gonna quickly work on that before going to bed, because it is late. It is past 1 a.m. My bedtime is 1 a.m. Anyways, that's it. I don't want to rave anymore today. I'm tired. Alright, I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm gonna do Kaveh's Hangout tomorrow, because that's the last one I have to do. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Do I have anyone to raid? Probably not. I may as well check. Not now. Not today. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow, or whenever I see you next. This was a long stream. Goodbye.